yourselves. We turn the volume up a little bit there. Just a big thank you to Bob Medina and the Wildcat Band. Been looking for that all year, for the band to be able to play the national anthem. And, of course, thank you to Sports World for sponsoring that each week. Let's look at a few of the starters for our offense for the Wildcats. The captains will be going out to the middle of the field just a moment for the coin toss. Of course, starting quarterback Reed Hess. Reed's 5'10", 150-pound senior, thrown for 2,660 yards at this time. And then starting at the halfback, Jemiah Franklin. Franklin has 1,048 yards. Didn't add too many last week. Wasn't in there for very many plays last week. It's more kind of Zion Leach took over, who's a backup there, 5'6", 165-pound senior. So both those young men, we'll see plenty of those today, along with Anthony Jefferson, 6'1", 205-pound junior. Across the front, we'll make sure to get these guys. Kyle Ford. By the way, I got to see Kyle's father, ran into him, and sister that's an Aggie, which is okay, and got to meet them this week. A great family, and Kyle's incredibly excited about playing. He's senior this year, 6'4", 245. Alex Payne, 6', 230-pound senior. Ryan McKenzie at the center, 6', 205-pound senior. And then left guard is Johnny Rogers. That's our assistant associate principal at the high school son. He's 5'11", 198-pound senior. And then our only junior across the front, Wyatt Chambers, 6'4", 250-pound junior. So that offensive line, although new this year, is going to be new again next year.
And, Joe, I just got to say, too, Johnny Rogers, not only is he a heck of an offensive lineman, he's also a pretty smart kid, too. He's working his way. He's a finalist, I think, to go to MIT in Massachusetts. So, he's a smart one.
That wouldn't hurt him all. And great family. I noticed she presided over the review the other day at the Veterans Day. They have a review with our Air Force ROTC, and she was the one that presided over that. Our receivers, of course, play a huge part here. Zacchaeus Johnson, 5'10", 160-pound senior. He's caught 37 passes for 656 yards this season. Zach Rumfield's in there a lot as far as tight end and sometimes the H-back, 6'2", 210-pound senior. Actually caught 11 balls this year for 180 yards. And then at the slot, Xavier Johnson, who's really come on strong here at the end of the year. Xavier kind of worked his way into that as far as for Hess being one of his key targets. 5'11", 160-pound junior, so he'll be back next year. He has 31 catches for 654 yards, and the only one in front of him is number one. That's Deontay Hextall, who is a 5'7", 180-pound junior, and he's 5'6", and caught 46 passes for 751 yards. So outside of Zacchaeus Johnson, all of our receivers, the other receivers will be back next year. And, of course, Terrence comes into play quite a bit as well, 5'11", 185-pound. He's a senior. He's caught 29 passes for 270 yards. So it looks like we've got the flip here. Let's see. It looks like Memorial has won the flip.
Port Arthur has won the toss. They elect to defer to the second half.
I believe we're going to be able to hear the official today.
Yes, we are. Joe, you were talking about our offense, and Reed Hess comes into this with over 5,000-plus career yards as a starting quarterback. Biggest game
Temple
for
will
his
receive.
season. All right. His biggest game for him so far, sure, today. He's had 50-plus TDs. This Wildcat team, we go back to 14, 15, and 16. We played, this is our 13th playoff game. We're 10-2 in the playoffs going back to 14. Our only two losses, Joe, were to the eventual state champs. Of course, we lost to Aledo in the state championship game in 14. And then last year, Richmond George Ranch, who went on to win, that was in round 4. That lost to those guys. So, our Cats, you take that. These young men have been, some of these guys were sophomores when that 2014 run started.
That's right.
So they're, it's a good. It's
seen a lot of football.
They have seen a lot of football, and I think that's going to be the difference today.
Yep.
I think
that in the fact that with this, the conditioning is certainly going to be a factor today. Even though it's cooler, it's still hot out there. It's still hot on that field because whatever it is, we see a 72. It's going to have about 10 or more degrees. And then you put on those football suits, it's going to add up a few more. So conditioning fourth quarter, I think, will be a big deal as well. So we'll see how that rolls.
It's a little bit warmer than we anticipated today. And the last two games, the first round of the playoffs, Port Arthur Memorial took out New Caney Porter 42-3. They won last week against Fort Bend Elkins 45-14. So this is where we're talking about our keys. Our defense showing up, Joe, and our offense not having a slow start. This is a group we can't let get away from us. Sounds good. Looks like Xavier Johnson back deep along with,
Harrison back there. Oh, and there's Jemiah Franklin as well. Temple will be on the south end. They'll be going from our right to left. They're in their blues today, of course, blue front, white back pants. Being the home team, they have the dark jerseys, so they're in the blue, white helmets. Turn around on the other side, you got black helmets on for the Titans, and they have white jerseys, black and red numbers, and then red pants with black stripes and white shoes. So, man, this looks like Waco High versus Temple almost, doesn't it? So here we'll see.
I'll take that score.
I'll do too. One's good. There's the kickoff, a little pooch kick coming down to about the 17-yard line. Is taken by Franklin. Heads up the middle. He's got a little bit of a seam. Caught there at about the 24-yard line. So it'll be a Las Vegas Jewelers 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Remember, our first quarter is brought to you by Joe Oliveris Photography. We appreciate Joe and his sponsorship all year long. So 1st and 10, they move the ball out to the 25. I'll take that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats right at the 25-yard line.
Well, what an opportunity for Hess. His senior year, climbing in here and getting a big game here. I just feel like it's going to be a big night for him.
And they will start. They will start with Jemiah Franklin out on the left of Hess. Rumfield's in at the H-back on the right side, and then twins to the right. They put Jefferson in motion to the right. Look that way. Throw a slant pattern. It's complete. Pick up and goes. Oh, they called him down. Looked like he had a hand down, but apparently put a knee down at the 29-yard line. So pick up a 4 on the play. The reception there was by Terrence Johnson. He was a slot man, just ran a little quick curl pattern.
Yeah, just a little hook. Nice pass by Hess, right on the money.
Ooh, they've got 4 out here to the left. I've never seen this one. 4 to the left, nobody in. There's a quick pass to Franklin. Doesn't quite get the block he needs there. So good defense there coming up on that play was number 21 for the Titans, and that's actually a new starter for them. They've got a couple of kids hurt, so we'll have to look to see. They mentioned that they had one hurt, so we'll see if he's out there or not.
A little bit of a new look with the 4 guys all the way on the press box side like that.
I never had seen that set before.
Franklin isolated.
All right, it's 3rd down and about 4 now for the Wildcats. They put a little quick move on, and that's going to be a 1st down just across the 35-yard line. And once again, just a little curl pattern. This time it's complete to Zacchaeus Johnson. Pick up a 6 on the play, so it'll be Las Vegas Jewelers 1st and 10 out at the 20 at the 31-yard line. There's a give. This is the first running play. That was a give to Franklin, just right up the middle, kind of check him out up the middle this time. And Franklin picks up a couple on that, so it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats, and they've moved it out to the 38-yard line.
Number 70, Alec Payne, did a little pull block there and just completely took the defensive lineman of Port Arthur to the ground.
It's our regular set. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Reed's looking. There's another curl pattern. Oh, almost made the play on out of bounds. That's Hextall once again. Oh, no, I'm not right. That's Zacchaeus Johnson once again. Just run a little out pattern. Couldn't quite hang on to it. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats.
I sure like what I'm seeing from Hess on the throws. The
right
tight
on.
Spirals on the money. He's throwing the ball on the rope. That's a great sign for us.
Dry and no wind helps Reed because he's an accurate thrower as long as the elements are okay. So here we go. Got 2 to the right. This time put motion across the formation, so we'll wind up with 3 to the right. Oh, they're running a swing. There's nobody on him. And it's got him. Franklin has it down at the 40, all the way down to the 40-yard line. Just ran a swing pattern out of the backfield, and there was no one for Titans over here on their right or our left. And so Franklin takes it all the way down to the 39-yard line. So it'll be Las Vegas Jewelers 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line, and we are in Memorial territory.
2 things I'm seeing. Great play calling, good scheme coming out, and great execution by Hess in the offense.
3 receivers to the right once again. This time they run to the middle, and he picks the right guy. Had 3 guys and just went different directions, and the one that opened was Hextall, and he nails him. That was a great pass.
One thing we are doing, we're staying away from the cornerback on the far side, Kerry Vincent.
Yeah.
That's the LSU commit, the 200-meter state champion dash winner in the state.
Another Las Vegas Jeweler 1st down. Once again, they have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. So he's covered. Hextall's is covered up over there by the receiver, by the defender. And they give it this time to Franklin up the middle. He kind of fights his way for about 4. We'll give him 3 yards on that, so it'll be 2nd down and 7.
You're really seeing the offense here test all aspects of Port Arthur Memorial, from quick passes to the little screen flare pass to running it up the middle. We're seeing it all over the place. That's great.
All right, once again, here we go. We're the 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Going deep on this one. It's, in and out of the hands at the end zone. had double coverage there. Actually, his underneath man had opened up on that one. Zacchaeus came open, but he went for the deep one to
well, what happened is Port Arthur Memorial did a good job of disguising the coverage because Reed thought he had single coverage, and so he threw it into the end zone, and the speed of Port Arthur, it turned into double coverage, and the guy underneath. So that was actually good play by the secondary of Port Arthur Memorial.
Big third down at the 25-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. There's a whistle. Let's see what we have. 3 receivers to the left. Oh, they've called this is a warning.
Port Arthur.
This is sideline.
That's their first.
Get another one that'll cost you 15, Coach. You better get off that white stuff. Yeah. Their defensive coach is just right on the field. And that's just coaching, man. Yeah. But that's all right. They'll keep them. That way you don't want anybody to fall. That's what happens over there, those officials, when they try to go downfield or run into someone. So looks like a stunt coming on this one. They move up and then step back. Have 3 receivers to the left. 3 defenders on this side, 1 receiver right. That's Hextall and his coverage over there of Vincent. Running back to the left of fake on that one. A slant pattern. Oh, just leaves him a little bit too much. Had an opening there for Xavier Johnson and just led him a little bit too much. I'm going to figure this is four down territory, so it'll be 4th and 7. Once again, so picked up those 3 yards on the first play and then a couple of incompleted passes. So big play right here. This will be good to keep this one going. 3 receivers still to the left, 1 to the right. Franklin's to the left of Hess. They're in their 3 with the linebacker walked up over here on the left side. I have a feeling he's probably keeping an eye on Franklin. There's a snap, fake up the middle. Throws it deep. Oh, somebody cut it off. It's going to be intercepted, and it goes out the back of the end zone. Actually, a little miscommunication there between Zacchaeus Johnson. He ran to the 10 and just cut it off right there. Hess threw it deep as if it were a fly pattern, and he's intercepted in the end zone. That's not what we needed, but that's where we are.
Well, it was 4th down. If you're not going to get the first down, the kid actually intercepting it helped us because he would have. They would have had the ball in, almost on the 30. Instead, they get the ball at the 20 because he intercepted. It's going to be a touchback. I don't know. I think it was a good first series for the Cats. We didn't get any points, but Port Arthur Memorials, that's not what they're used to. Somebody showing up and moving the football, right, hitting them in the mouth.
Twins both ways for Port Arthur. There's a give up the middle to the back. He clears the linebacker and takes it out to about the 27. They spotted the ball at the 20 on the touchback. So that carries by Kobe Martin. Kobe's only 5'3", 165-pound junior, but a pickup of about 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Titans at the 26-yard line.
This quarterback, the son of the coach, Caden Harrison, is quite a quarterback.
He is. There's a little pitch sweep this time to the tight end. He doesn't, or the split end. He doesn't make it. He's coming around the right side, and just feet come after him. That's DeAndre Angeli. DeAndre is a 6'1", 180-pound senior. You'll be hearing his name quite a bit because he'll carry the ball as well as receive it. So it's going to be a 3rd down. So we're already at 3rd down and 7. This will be a nice 3 and out. They have 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. The halfback it's the shotgun formation. We're going left to right, by the way. A little swing pattern this time out to the halfback. We got coverage out there. Let's see if they can cut him off. They take him straight out of bounds, so there's no cover, no pickup on that play. So they just push him straight out the side. The ball was complete out there to carry Vincent. Now, Vincent plays both ways, by the way, Art. I think you probably picked up on that earlier. He's not only will he show up, of course, on defense. That's his main spot, but he'll show up in the backfield every now and then, too.
Well, the person I'm surprised we aren't seeing for Port Arthur Memorial is Elijah Hines. He did not play on that first series.
Yeah, I'm not. And that may be the kid they were talking about. One with an ankle hurt at the end of the ball game. He may be the one. If that's the case, I'd like for Vincent to go both ways. That wouldn't hurt.
Well, he's produced over 1,600 yards, rushing 21 TDs. I mean, he is their star running back.
Let's see who's punting for them because we couldn't get that information. Not that good a punt. Comes up. Actually doesn't fair catch it. Goes ahead and takes off with it. Around the left side. There's a wall over here. He can get around one defender. Couldn't quite make it, though. So the ball's fielded about the 42-yard line and brought back all the way. That was Xavier Johnson. Brought back all the way into the Memorial's territory at the 41. So it'll be a Las Vegas Jewelers 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Remember, our first quarter is brought to you by Joe Olivares Photography. Anything that has to do with sports photography, Joe has it, I guarantee.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Joe, there was a good example of the speed of Port Arthur Memorial. Normally, Xavier Johnson, we had the wall set up, and he normally comes down and probably gets another 20 yards on that, but the speed of the pursuit was very quick. So, excellent field position for starting Cats.
41-yard line. There's you got Zions in now. Hess just overthrows that one. He actually ran, that was Terrence Johnson, I believe, ran down about 6 yards, run a little curl in, and Reed just overthrew him. So it'll be second down now for the Wildcats. Ball at the 41-yard line. Memorial's into the field.
Plenty of time for Hess.
Yeah, Wildcats going from the south to the north, or right to left. Got give this time. Let's see how Zion does. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Really no pickup whatsoever on that one. Hit by 2 different defenders there. Their linebacker, Jamar Valson, is one of those. Valson's a pretty good-sized kid. He's 6'2", 230 linebacker.
Yeah, well, Port Arthur's interesting. They're a little bit different than the Cats. We run a 4-man line on the offense, and with basically 3 linebackers or a 4-3. They run a 3-4 with 4
Valson
linebackers.
up there, it's almost like another lineman too, though, isn't it? That number 27 stepping up there. So here we go. Got motion to the left this time. Knox steps. He's looking down the middle, but he's not open. There's the throw, and then Reed just throws it out of bounds to keep the loss. Actually, a pretty good hit when that is all said and done. We got a flag though on the right side over there, so let's see what's going on over there.
Valson, the linebacker from Port Arthur Memorial, just put a
that's one we were just talking about
on Hess.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 230.
Boy, that was a big hit on Hess.
Ineligible receiver, offense, downfield, decline. Fourth.
All right, third down. Well, he got that one wrong, but he'll get it right. Oh, it is fourth. Is it fourth down?
Yeah.
All right, 4th and 10 here. So looks like our punt team will come out. So Wiley will come out to punt. Punting from the 41-yard line. So let's go ahead and kick this thing away. So far, let's see who they'll send deep for Port Arthur. Looks like that may be Coat. There's the punt. It's going to hit at the 2-yard line. Bounce straight up. Let's see if he can knock it out. He does. It's still there. It's touched and down. Let's see what they're going to call it. They do. They hold on to that thing. What a great play. First back down, just went into the end zone, caught the ball, threw it back. Oh, they're going to wave it off. That may be, I'm not sure what the rule is on that. If the ball, some of them the rule is if it goes past the end line. And
yeah, what it is ruled a touchback.
The Wildcat, it's the right call, Joe. Yeah. What happened is our Wildcat, he stepped in the end zone before then he jumped after the ball to knock it back into play so that we could get the ball down on the 1. But once he steps into the end zone, if he's the next one to touch the ball, then it's going to come out on the 20. It's the right call.
Right,
I don't like it.
That's all right.
I wanted to have it on the 1.
They just let it go, so I didn't know if they were going to call it or not. They let the whole play run out. So, all right, so we've got a first down once again now for Memorial.
We'll take good officiating any day of the week.
As long as it's right, I'm fine.
That's right, exactly.
All right, 20-yard line after the touchback. So Temple back on defense now. They have 2 receivers on both sides, to the right, to the left. The halfback is to the right of the quarterback. There's a give to, no, actually, quarterback keeps it. A little option there and a keeper on that by Harrison, and he goes pretty much nowhere. Defense right there as soon as he faked that handoff. He was hit, so the ball right on the 20-yard line.
One of the things similar to last week was Pflugerville Conley's quarterback.
Same things.
We got a phenomenal athlete back here in Caden Harrison. And I think we saw a little bit of quarterback spying there with Rogers Franklin because when he pulled it, he just came out from around the end, and Harrison didn't see him.
Yeah, that's Kobe Martin in there, number 6 at the halfback. That's the 5'3", 165-pounder that they don't have their normal starter right now. Looking to the right, throws a quick one, and it's incomplete out here to the right-hand side. Just a real quick throw to Ricky Thomas. Ball a little bit ahead of him, but good coverage there also on the play by Ashton Logan. So incomplete pass, so all of a sudden it's 3rd down and 10 again.
Well, this Port Arthur Memorial team, if they keep getting shut down, we talk about them being battle tested. They're getting tested today. They're used to going into halftime with almost 30 points.
Yeah.
And, so to be with 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter and facing a 3rd and 10 back in their, side of the field, that's not something they're used to. We'll see how they handle it. 2
receivers on both sides. Vincent's in now. The Kobe Martin's out, so Vincent's in. Looked like some movement there, but didn't call it. There's a pass over the middle, and he's open. He's going to be a first down, and he's on the move. That's number 9 for the that's Adrian Williams. Adrian is a 5'7", 145-pound senior. He's sitting in the slot and just went over the middle, and no coverage there by the Wildcats. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball all the way out at the 48-yard line. Still on Memorial's into the field.
Well, and what's big about that play for Port Arthur is it could transition the field position favorite. Now, if they have to punt now, they're already at midfield.
All right. Same set, 2 receivers on both sides. Looking down for a pass, throw a little inside pass, and oh my. That was a defensive back feeling a defensive back. That was Vincent in as the receiver. and he was nailed that time. Was that Datavion?
That was Datavion Hall that spotted that. Matter of fact, the Cats, they just saw that little screen play to the back out of the backfield and just snuffed it out for a loss.
Yeah, 4-yard loss there. So 2nd and 14 now for Memorial Titans. They'll have 3 receivers to the right this time, 1 to the left, headed from our left to our right, or the south, north to the south. Give this time to Vincent, cuts it back up. He's got some speed, and he's loose in the secondary, and he's gone down the left sideline, and he's gone, folks, all the way. Touchdown. That was nothing but athleticism and speed, because he just outran our secondary. As soon as he got even with them, he outran them. So that young man has some speed on him.
That is
That's
the
one you're
6A
talking
last
about.
year, Kerry Vincent. He's the LSU commit. That's the guy that we've got to keep in check. He won the 200-meter dash in 6A last year, state champion, and we just saw a little dose of that speed right there. I mean, he blew past our guys, some of our guys that are some of the top sprinters in Central Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. Skurlark, he went around him as if he wasn't hardly moving over there on that right corner and took it in. There's this hold and the kick is good. So with 5:16 to go in the first quarter, Memorial draws first blood, so it's Memorial Titans 7, Temple Wildcats 0. We'll be back with more Wildcat football. You're listening to Temple Wildcat football on K1017 FM.
The next time you need emergency care, remember Express ER at 31st and Central in Temple. Our average wait is less than 10 minutes, and experienced doctors and nurses will take the time to speak with you, listen, and determine treatment. We offer all the state-of-the-art technology of a hospital-based ER. X-rays, CT scans, labs, and we're owned by local physicians who take pride offering our neighborhood the most compassionate, efficient emergency care. Visit us at 31st and Central.
Sports World in Temple is your one-stop shop for all things Temple Wildcats. Carrying great selections of Wildcat t-shirts, caps, embroidered sports shirts, even hoodies, beanies, and scarves for those cold Friday night road games. Get your shirt personalized with your favorite player's name and number. Like Sports World's Facebook page to stay up to date on the newest Wildcat fan gear and weekly specials. Since 1974, Sports World has been the Central Texas headquarters for team sports equipment, custom t-shirt printing, and the Temple Wildcats. Stop by today at 120A South Main Street, just 2 doors down from Johnny's Cleaners. Go Cats!
The first quarter brought to you by Joe Oliveira's Photography, your senior pictures specialist. Online at imagesbyoliveras.com. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium, where the Titans have kicked off. Kickoff's taken by Xavier Johnson and brought out. Let's see. We got a flag up here, maybe offsides. The ball will be spotted at the 25. It looks like. No, actually inside the 20. The linesman has the ball spotted at 17. So I'm assuming we may redo this one.
Offside. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
All right, we're going to re-kick this one.
That was our option, so we got. Yeah. I guess we wanted to re-kick it.
Yeah, you don't want to take one that's inside the 20 unless you just have to. Hopefully, we'll pick up some field position on this. So we'll be back. Kickoff one more time. You got Franklin, Johnson, and Jefferson back as far as the deep men for Temple. The one that I always like to watch in case at the ball games is the guy right in the middle of the field that's lined up pretty much with the kicker is Rumfeld.
Yeah. Toby. I just said Toby Rumfeld.
Yeah, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
But it's always fun to. He usually will get a block. I like to watch him, and then I'm not looking back for who's getting the ball. But
Xavier Johnson. Here's another thing on the speed.
I know.
I think our guys are going to have to focus more. Really need to get upfield. Don't try to outrun people, because Xavier actually went back of 5 yards trying to get around, and that does not work against Port Arthur Moore. Just get upfield and take the yards that you can get.
Yeah, and I don't think it matters which one either, because that time the defensive back was one of their bigger kids that just caught up with him over there on the sideline. It wasn't one of the quick, small guys. It's number 29, and that's Xavier Hull. He weighs about 170. This time it comes down with Franklin. He hits straight up the middle and is hit. Balls look like it's the same spot when they may have lost a yard. So the Las Tavica Jewelers, 1st and 10. Thank you for that El Chico kickoff. Appreciate their sponsorship of all these kickoffs. We'd prefer it be Temple kicking off, but that's all right. We've got the football. They're going to spot it at the 17-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Temple at their own 17-yard line.
I think this is going to be a key drive right here, Joe, because there's a lot from the mental aspect of the game and trying to set the tone and making sure that we're matching things. We need to engineer something here and come down and put some points on that board.
All right, we have two receivers left, one to the right. Rumfield's in at the H-back to the left, and Franklin as well is to the left. Now he steps over, both of them step over to the right after the play call from the sideline. There's the snap, give to Franklin up the middle, cuts it to the outside. Oh, there's a face mask, and it gets called. Went around the right side, and someone grabbed the face mask and just kind of bent his face back, so that should be a 15-yarder from, looks like, the 16 or 17-yard line. So.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
All right, so we'll step this little puppy off. That ought to take it out to about the 30, let's see.
We've had so many games this year where a penalty would come along and hurt us in key situations.
Yeah.
I'm sure if that's not the case today and it happens for the other team. We're due for that.
That's right. Another first down. Las Vegas Jewelers first down by way of the 15-yard penalty out to the 32 now. Now two receivers. They're stacked this time. Two receivers to the top, two to the bottom, to the right and left. Franklin's in at the halfback still. He's over on the right side of Hess. There's the snap. Looking to the left, throws a little out pattern. That's complete to Terrence Johnson. Dances down the sideline, back inside. Let's see, they're going to call him out of bounds. Took it all the way down to Memorial's end of the field, but looks like he stepped out at about the 41-yard line, so it'll bring up 2nd and 1. So 2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. 9-yard pickup there from Hess to Terrence Johnson. Once again, we have one receiver left, two to the right this time. Let's see, that means we got it. There he is. There's Rumfield's back in at the H, back on the right side. We've got a motion penalty. I'm not sure who it was. Somebody moved over here on this side, I think.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
He didn't give us a number.
Down.
Not sure who that was. I was looking right at the offensive line, but I don't know who they called it on. So that's going to move it back. A loss of 5, of course, on that. And so instead of 2nd down and 1, now it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. A little different strategy here. They come back in with 2 to the right, 1 to the left. There's a little swing pattern inside, and it's complete up to the 50-yard line, to the 45, down to the 45-yard line. So completion there to Zacchaeus Johnson, the senior.
I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. Quick passes.
Yeah.
Hess putting it in. That was a great pass by Hess. We're good on the catch after the yards after the catch.
Just 5 and run with it. Here we're going real quickly again. This time give up the middle to Franklin. He picks up about 1 or 2. You know, it just doesn't look like Franklin's has that step like he did earlier. I don't know if it's who we're playing, but even last week I noticed that it just didn't seem like he's hitting that line as quick as he was at one time. So hopefully he's okay. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. This time Rumfield's in. He's set at the H-back on the left side, which H-back is right between the guard and the tackle. Now he moves over to the right side. There's the snap, looks downfield, has a little bit of time, rolls to the right, throws it on it, coming back. Oh, doesn't make the catch. Came back, actually good throw by Hess on the move. He's hit after the play. I'm not sure how late that was, but it looked like he let that ball go plenty early, and then he was unloaded on right after that ball was thrown.
Well, Hess had Xavier Johnson cutting across from basically a 12-yard in, and he threw the ball. It was a well-thrown ball right where it needed to be, and Xavier just missed it. Yeah. He's got to make that catch. That would have been a first down for the Cats. Instead, it's 3rd and long.
Up quick. Oh, they got the 4 receivers out here to the left side, so let's see what happens. They're looking out here. They call motion on them. I'm not sure what these calls are. This is the linesman over here on our side. So there's something he's calling, but they didn't announce what it was.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I don't know who moved over here, but someone did. So we're back now to 3rd down and about 13. I'm not sure what they're seeing. I can't quite pick up on it over here. They had 4 receivers on this side, and apparently one of them took a little bit of a move over here. So now we're back to regular set. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The halfback is to the right now. He's in motion to the left. There's a snap, looking downfield. Oh, he cuts it off. Actually, another miscommunication there between Hess and the receiver. That's Zacchaeus Johnson. He cut it off at about 15 yards as a little curl, and Hess threw it deep. So incomplete, so it's going to bring up another 4th down. So here comes in Jared Wiley for the punting chores for the Temple Wildcats. 3:27 to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Memorial ahead of the Wildcats at this point in time. First quarter, of course, brought to you by brought to you by Joe Oliveris. Good punt, hits at the 20, takes a bounce, rolls dead inside the 10, all the way down to, looks like maybe the 6-yard line. So
we like that.
Once again, good punt, good field position as far as the Wildcats are concerned.
There's a penalty down.
Is there a penalty?
Or a flag down.
It's on the top side of the field, way over at the top. They're saying somebody was not on the line of scrimmage. These, you get officials from different places, folks, and the kids sometimes aren't used to how they call a game, and that always happens. It happens in basketball and playoffs and in football as well. So, a guy just a little bit in the back field sometimes won't be called by a chapter in the next
Illegal
chapter.
formation.
Yeah, that's
offense. Fourth down. Replay the play.
What he's talking about is one of the line was a little bit off the line of scrimmage, so instead of having enough guys on the line of scrimmage, the 7 guys, they probably only had 6. So good punt kind of goes to waste there. So now it's 4th down and 13 for the Wildcats. The ball's still on Memorial's end of the field. We'll actually move it back to our end of the field to the 47-yard line. So Wiley will be punting from the 47. He's standing at his own 30-yard line. 2 receivers back deep.
No question about Port Arthur wanting to take that penalty and make us re-kick when we had them stuck on the 6-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what he does this time. A little bit of pressure. Kicks an end over end. It's going to hit at the 20. It's going to bounce again. It's getting a Temple roll.
Well done, Jared Wiley.
Down to the 4 this time. So let's see if we clear penalty flags. I believe we are. It looks like the referee's coming down this direction. So we'll take over. Good punt that time by Wiley, all the way down, this time spotted at the 4-yard line.
Well, we did an exchange there, didn't we? Because they took the penalty. We took the penalty and made them re-kick earlier and ended up with 2 yards back. And here we go. They take the penalty against us, hoping for better field position, and they get worse. So they're inside their own 5-yard line. Well, wouldn't it be great here, Joe, to have a good big defensive stop and maybe even a 6 points?
All right, we've got Harrison back at quarterback, our 6'3", 185-pound senior, and he's got Kobe Martins in at the running back. So we haven't seen Elijah Hines, who's their number 1 running back yet. 3 receivers to the left, give to Martin right up the middle. Oh,
wow.
He is literally wrapped up that time by Taquan Graham. They just barely gave the ball to him. Taquan had arms around him. Of course, he had to reach down to tackle him because his arms are around his neck, but he was still down lower. Martin's a little guy at 5'3".
I think Taquan Graham, he's so big, and little Kobe Martin, 5'3", 165 pounds. It looked like Graham actually wrapped his arms around him twice from here.
Loss of 1, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There's a flag this time, procedure on them.
That might have been what you call bear hug. Or
start. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
Well, I'm going to have to be honest with you guys. I didn't see that one either, but that doesn't mean anything. I have no idea who it was that moved. So
Joe, we saw it, and it was a perfect call.
Okay. Ball moved down to the 1.5-yard line now, so it's 2nd down and maybe 13. All right, what do we have? They're going to take a timeout to talk about it. Let's take a break. You're listening to Temple Wildcat football. 2:17.
That's their first charge timeout of the half.
Sorry about that. Stepped on him. 2:17 to go in the first quarter. Score, Memorial 7, Temple 0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Temple Wildcat football on K1017 FM.
Las Tavika Jewelers, serving Bell County and back in the Temple Wildcats since 1950. Myself, Johnny, and my brother Billy are both graduates of Temple High School and proud of the Wildcats traditions and proud of Las Tavika Jewelers' reputation for honesty, expert service, and competitive prices on quality merchandise. Buying a diamond should not be stressful or confusing. Remember, our diamond prizes can compete with anyone, no matter what they may claim. Las Tavika Jewelers says, yay, Cats.
Sports World in Temple is your one-stop shop for all things Temple Wildcats. Carrying great selections of Wildcat t-shirts, caps, embroidered sports shirts, even hoodies, beanies, and scarves for those cold Friday night road games. Get your shirt personalized with your favorite player's name and number. Like Sports World's Facebook page to stay up to date on the newest Wildcat fan gear and weekly specials. Since 1974, Sports World has been the Central Texas headquarters for team sports equipment, custom t-shirt printing, and the Temple Wildcats. Stop by today at 120A South Main Street, just 2 doors down from Johnny's Cleaners. Go Cats!
Order brought to you by Joe Oliveira's Photography, the professional photographer for weddings, family portraits, team sports pictures. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Stadium. That was a 3rd down play that time. I believe 2nd down, I guess it was. 2nd about 13. A deep pass that time. Had plenty of time for Harrison. Threw that ball deep down the field to DeAndre Angeli. Great play there also by Monto President. Covered him all the
Monto
way
was
down.
with him step for step. That's a
Absolutely.
senior wide receiver, one of the best receivers in the state in 5A. Monto was with him. And that pass, Joe,
Perfect
by
coverage.
Harrison was all the way to the 50-yard line nearly.
Oh, yeah.
He's
and
got
scored
an arm
from
on
about
him.
7 yards deep, too. So that's probably about a 57-yard pass. Third down now, third and long. Got two receivers on both sides. Straight drop back. Looking again deep. This time the coverage is on the opposite side, and it's knocked down. Great coverage once again. This time flipped it around a little bit to Dalvin Fillmore. Dalvin's right on it. 5 covering 5 on that one, so that was Kerry Vincent. That's the guy they look for.
That was
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. Decline. Fourth down.
See, that's those other calls right there. That's just, some of these times these linemen will walk down 2 or 3 yards and not pay attention to it. But, guys, these folks are calling it tight, so we're going to have to be on the ball here. We'll get something called back that we don't want to as far as the lineup, as far as getting that offensive line in place. So, fourth down, he's not going to have actually the usual 13 to 15 yards back. He's going to be maybe 11 yards back.
Well,
it wouldn't hurt to snap this one over his head.
Oh, yeah. This officiating crew's out of that San Antonio chapter. The head
Okay.
referee there's Gerald Green.
Good.
There definitely seems to be a bit more assertiveness and certainty with him.
Absolutely. There's the kick. Oh, the ball. Let's see what just happened. He stepped out the end zone, folks, when he caught the ball. It's a safety. The ball went deep, and he reached back. The kicker put his foot back into the white part of the end zone, and that's out of bounds. Great call that time by the referee we just mentioned, and just accidentally stuck his foot out of bounds. So that's Jemiah Harrison. He's a 5'6", 165-pound senior. He's their kicker, and Harrison just put his right foot back when the snap was a little bit low. He just reaches back to get it, and when he does, it goes out of bounds. So that's 2 points. So it's 7-2.
That's and not only that,
They
now
have to kick off.
they're kicking back to us, so we pick up 2 points. Now, a lot of things can happen in scoring over the course of a game, and we're still with basically 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, but. That 2 points almost kind of puts you in the spot where it makes it a little harder to to go to overtime. You never know what that means, but
it messes up all of the charts too. When you have
well, I know
numbers.
this. Not that we're doing anything with Vegas on any of this
No,
game,
no.
so I don't. But I mean, if you're at it, it always throws the bookies and this and that over in Vegas go nuts over a safety.
When one of those guys comes in, doesn't know anything what he's doing. He takes some weird number and he winds up winning it. Because somebody got a safety or ran back an extra point for 2 or something like that. So, all right, that's good stuff, folks. We're kicking off. Of course, with a safety, you kick off from the 20-yard line rather than the 40. So, should be good field position. Just a regular kickoff. On this one, let's see if I can find their kicker. I didn't have his number either. Looks like, it's Lisandro Nunez kicks off. So Nunez kicking off, gets good foot into it, kicks the thing all the way back to the 20-yard line. That's fielded over there. I believe that is Franklin. Brings it back up. There's a big hole right in the middle. He's through the hole. He's headed to the 20, to the 30, the 20. They're not going to catch him, folks. 10, 5, touchdown, Temple. Let's see if there are any flags. I believe we're good. I don't see anything on the field. There's a signal by the referee. Touchdown, Temple. Went all the way back to the 20-yard line, found a little seam up the middle, then cut it out to the left and took it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Joe, when we talk about a complete game, we talk about special teams. We've seen it on punting, putting them. That started out with Jared Wiley's punt, 2 punts in a row that put them back at the 5-yard line. The special
Safety,
teams for them,
defense,
getting a safety. On making the mistake by Port Arthur Memorial and the kickoff return, man, that's just what we needed, guys.
Franklin looked like his old self on that one too, because he actually had some speed coming up the middle, and then he just outran him down the left side. So Wiley in the kick, that's a Valet Cleaners touchdown, and there again on the extra point is Matt Post and State Farm extra point. So Temple now up 9. It's going to be 9-7, a little bit of weird score. So Temple Wildcats 9, your Memorial Titans 7. We'll be right back. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
The next time you need emergency care, remember Express ER at 31st and Central in Temple. Our average wait is less than 10 minutes, and experienced doctors and nurses will take the time to speak with you, listen, and determine treatment. We offer all the state-of-the-art technology of a hospital-based ER. X-rays, CT scans, labs, and we're owned by local physicians who take pride offering our neighborhood the most compassionate, efficient emergency care. Visit us at 31st and Central.
The first quarter, sponsored by Joe Oliveira's Photography. Contact Joe at 254-913-5734 or email joe@imagesbyoliveras.com. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, welcome back to Cy-Fair FSU Stadium here in Cypress, Texas at the Richard Berry Complex. Our score now is Temple Wildcats 9 and the Port Arthur Memorial Titans 7. Art, that was a nice little show of speed and blocking, just a perfect return.
That was all special teams, Joe.
Was.
I mean, they make the mistake and get a safety. We get the run back on the ensuing kickoff. A 9-point swing right there for the Cats. Excellent.
All right, El Chico kickoff here, and Wiley also handles the kickoff. Kicks this one really high, not into the end zone, down to about the 5, so it'll be brought back, bringing it straight up the middle and knocked down who else other than Ben Norman. Somehow or another, he always finds the runner. So bring it back out. Let's see, they're going to spot the ball if I can find. There he is, spotted about the 19-yard line, so kept him inside the 25, which would have been a touchback, so a little better than that.
Ben Norman is that 3-year letterman back there at safety for us. 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's had 56 tackles this year, and if you line him up on a track out here and you got all these guys, he's not even going to make a showing in the 100-meter dash, and yet he's always in the right spot, making a tackle, making something happen. First one down. I mean, he's just that kind of player.
3 receivers to the left for Port Arthur, 1 to the right. Same backfield here with Harrison. There's the give up the middle. Let's see, that's a different halfback they have in there. Let's check that number. See who they've brought in. Oh, that's DeAndre Angeli. Or Angeli, I believe is how he says it. DeAndre Angeli. I hope that's right. But have him at halfback now.
We didn't get anything about him running back.
No,
this
I don't have
interesting that their star wide receiver in at running back. What does that mean?
No, they don't. They actually didn't have anything in max preps. They haven't put any kind of stats in anywhere, which is a little bit unusual. All right, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Be 2nd and 7 now for the Titans. Harrison looking around. Kobe Martin in. Give to Martin. There's a Wildcat right there on him, and may pick up a couple on the play. So it'll be 3rd down. We'll break it 3rd down and 4 for the Titans at their 25-yard line.
Joe,
go ahead. There's just a whole line there.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Our defensive line, just all of them were on him. And when you're looking at 270 and 250 and 150, they got a little push there by their big old linemen. They have a couple of big ones in there, too, as far as their linemen. They have a 355-pounder, Darwin McMillan, who is their left tackle. So
here's our chance for 3 and out.
Here we go. 3rd and about 3 to go. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. We're going left to right. Looking to the left, throws a little slant pattern. Let's see, is that complete? No, it's incomplete, so it'll be 4th down. Actually, the ball bounced off and came out of there. B.J. Skurlock came out with it, but ruled incomplete.
Well, Angeli is getting up hurt, like his ankle.
Yeah,
was
his
giving him a
ankle,
hard
I
time.
believe, we're still trying to figure out who else had their ankle. There were 2 different guys out last week, and apparently he may be one of them.
Joe, I got to say, the quarterback club sponsor these noisemakers that we see. They're throughout the side over here. So much noise come from Wildcat Nation. There's not one person on the Port Arthur Memorial side. I don't know if Alan took a picture and posted, but they're all sitting down. Right now, their fans are not used to this. They're not used to finishing a quarter and being down.
All right, they're in the punt. It's too hot to stand up over there, Art. They're on the east side. Ooh, gets a pretty good punt off. It actually turns over. Goes out of bounds, though, but it's going to be marked back a little bit. Let's see where the mark is. Right there. So we actually get the ball at about the 39-yard line, so good field position once more. So we'll give him about 38 yards on that punt, 36. So it'll be Las Vegas Jewelers 1st down for our Wildcats at the 39-yard line. We're still in the first quarter, but that looks like we may have 1 play to go here, guys. About 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. 9-7, Temple on top. After about as quick as you can score 9 points. In fact, I don't know how you'd score it any faster, actually. Safety and then a return on the ensuing kickoff. There's a snap. Looking to the left, a little curl pattern. Caught that time. The defender falls down. This is Terrence Johnson. Takes it all the way inside of Memorial territory down to the 41-yard line. So pick up of 20 yards. There you go. Yeah. Pick up of 20 on the last play, so it'll be 1st and 10 Temple. Starting the second quarter, folks, 9-7 Temple. We'll be right back. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
Las Vegas Jewelers, serving Bell County and back in the Temple Wildcats since 1950. Myself, Johnny, and my brother Billy are both graduates of Temple High School and proud of the Wildcats traditions and proud of Las Vegas Jewelers' reputation for honesty, expert service, and competitive prices on quality merchandise. Buying a diamond should not be stressful or confusing. Remember, our diamond prizes can compete with anyone, no matter what they may claim. Las Vegas Jewelers says, "Yay, cat."
The second quarter is brought to you by Howell Dental Associates, South 31st Street in Temple. Dr. John Howell, Wildcat in 1959, making smiles in Temple for over 36 years.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium. This is Joe Palmer with Art Coley and Alan Rourke. We're about to start the second quarter. All of us but Alan, and I think he just fainted on the other end. I heard his head hit the post down there. Is he all right? I'm going to leave him alone. Wildcats 9. Actually, they have on the scoreboard the Mighty Titans, so we may be missing something on this name.
That last play, my son Gunnar, he's a sophomore from the JV, and they talk about their blocking schemes, but Terrence Johnson made the catch, and he picked up 20.
Right. But
Zacchaeus Johnson was giving him a good block. He didn't read it quite the right way, or he'd have gone for another 10 to 20 yards.
Yeah, his defender slipped down right as he made that catch. So, all right, we've got stack on both sides. Two receivers, they're stacked on both sides. We have, looks like we've got a different back end. That's Jefferson in. Oh, slant across the middle, hand run that one. It's complete all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's Zacchaeus Johnson, just a slant right across the middle, wide open. Defender was playing to his outside, and he just cut it on the inside and made that catch. So another Las Vegas Jewelers first down. This time it's all the way down to the 24-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Temple at the 24. Two receivers to the right, two to the left after motion. Another slant. This time it's complete to number 1, and that's Deontay Hextall. Same play, just opposite side. Quick tackle there made by Vincent.
I know it's Thanksgiving weekend. Joe, but what you're seeing here is a little carving Port Arthur Memorial's defense up.
It is.
That's what's happening.
Hextall, Vincent's right on Hextall over here, but he got by him and ran a little slant, so it's 2nd and 2 now for the Wildcats. They're sitting on about the, that's the 16-yard line. Let's see, looking for the play over here. Just got Rumfield in at the H-back on the left. Got Jefferson behind him to give to Jefferson. Kind of dances a little bit, cuts it out to the outside, and he drags one of the defenders. That may be a first down. Looks like he may have made it to the 14. There's a timeout motion.
I think you're right, Joe. I think it's inside. Wildcat first down.
First down. So Las Vegas Jewelers first down at the 14-yard line for the Wildcats. So they're pushing against this defense. One of their defenders is down. He's up now. Once again, H back here on the right side. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. They're actually, Art, they may call this a 3, but I tell you what, they have 4 guys right on that line of scrimmage. There's what we got. Got motion.
Yeah, they. Well, Joe, they're running 3 linemen, but they're doing. If you watch the Denver Broncos play, and Von Miller, who just got some $100 million contract. I don't think he ever plays back at linebacker. He's always on one of the ends rushing the quarterback. And so they take one of those 4 linebackers and always bring them up on the line. So you're right, Joe. It's almost a 4-man front.
And it's their big guy, too. It's that big linebacker, that Valson, who's a 230-pounder.
Yeah.
Number 27 on their right-hand side. So same set. Got Stack over here on the right-hand side. One receiver left. Fake up the middle this time. Steps up. Throws. Oh, he throws it too short. It's going to be intercepted. Gets it intercepted. He may be coming back this way. There's a penalty flag by the umpire thrown right in the middle of the field. Oh, just underthrew him on that one. I'm not sure. Hess has been so accurate today, but, man, he was open in the end zone, but just bad overthrow. Went right to the defender and brought it back out. Looks like about the 28-yard line. Let's see what the call is.
It's going to be a blocking in the back or something that we're to look for. But I'll tell you, Joe, you're right. Hess has just been on the money. But that was just a bad call and a bad pass. I mean, there's not much more you can say about it. And that's been first game against Corsicana, we had 3 interceptions in the red zone. Here we are in the red zone today. That's
illegal block in the back, intercepting team. 10-yard penalty on the spot of the foul. 1st and 10.
Okay, so it's going to move it back, but that's unfortunate. We've been in the red zone, so that's 2 interceptions in the end zone already today. And
the first one I'm okay with. The one that Hess threw there, that one the kid intercepting that actually was to our advantage. It was the perfect pass to throw.
Fourth down.
Yeah, it was fourth down. He
there.
took a shot at the end zone. This one is a whole different deal.
11-yard line for the Titans, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11. Now they're on the south end of the field headed north, so they're going to our right to left this time. Two receivers on both sides. Give this time up the middle, or actually off the right tackle, and he stopped immediately. That time the ball was given to Kobe Martin once again, their little halfback, 5'3", 165-pound junior, but no place to go on that, and actually loses a yard, a little more than a yard, so they're going to call it second down. They will give him a yard loss. So second down and 11 on the play. Once again, Harrison in at quarterback. Let's see, they have Vincent in, it looks like now, at the halfback. So their LSU signees back in the backfield. This is a guy that scored a while ago, so keep an eye out for him. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. There's the snap. Give once again to Vincent. Tries to get to the outside. Cuts it up and brought down there. That's going to be
there's nothing. That's the
Tavion
Tavion Hall. That was the Tavion Hall tackle. But, there's nothing real fancy in terms of what Port Arthur Memorial is doing here, and they haven't had to do that. I think the difference in this game could come down to the coaching, because the Port Arthur Memorial coaches are having to figure out what they do differently in this game to be able to get some movement and some traction against this Wildcat defense.
The kids had good coverage. The guys thrown the ball well. Harrison has, but they've covered well. So three receivers left, one to the right. Once again, Vincent's to the right, to the left of the quarterback. Looking for just a straight pass to the right. Throws it out there, and let's see, did he land out of bounds? No, they're going to call a catch. That's a good catch that time. Just a little out pattern, man. It's that's
one of their big receivers out there.
That was right on the ground. So I don't know. Let's see if we can see. They have a replay on this. I don't know if we get to see it or not. Now we didn't get to see it quick enough. But anyhow, it's a first down. So they complete a pass right on the sideline that time to DeAndre Angeli.
Well, there were two refs over
right
there.
there.
So that,
All right. Two to the right, two to the left once again. Fake to Martin. A quick out to the right side. He's loose. Missed that first tackle that time. Picks up about 8 on the play. Is that, I think they said number 9, that's Adrian Williams. Yeah, he's the slot man on the right side. Just a little out pattern there, and takes it for about an 8-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 2. 8:05 to go in the second quarter, folks. 9-7 Temple at this time.
This is what I would do if I'm them too, Joe. If I'm Port Arthur Memorial, I'm going to get the ball into the hands of your fast receivers.
Yeah.
Let it just see what happens.
You got a great arm. All right, here's two receivers both way again. Snap to Harrison. Give up the middle to Martin. He clears it this time. He's in the loose, and he's fast. They hit him, but they didn't wrap him up. Big hit there, but he's still moving. Whoa, somebody came up and hit him, but boy, he just kept going all the way down to the 40-yard line or 42-yard line on Temple's end of the field. So if you're going to hit him, even though he's 5'3", he's not going down. Oh, we've got a penalty.
I think this one's going to work for us.
They're walking back.
I think this one's going to be.
That may be a hold right there. That may be why he got loose over the right side, because he had a huge hole over on the right side.
Holding.
Yep.
Offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
I'll tell you, Joe, that Kobe Martin, this guy, just picture a Sherman tank. He's 5'3", 165 pounds. I mean, and just pure. That's actually, they've referred to him before as a tank. He is just one massive piece of muscle. And we saw it firsthand right there.
I'm not sure who hit him. I don't know. I don't think that was Logan, was it?
There aren't too many guys that take a hit like that and keep running against our Wildcat defense.
All right, it'll be 2nd down and 12 now after the holding penalty. Big holding penalty there for Temple. Looking downfield, there's some pressure on him. Gets out to the right. He's got some speed, and he steps all the way out. Picks up about 5 on the play. That's the quarterback. That's the first time he's carried it tonight.
Well, I can promise you, if Harrison even has a sliver of a chance of seeing any green, he's going to run.
Yeah.
He's very talented, very fast, and that we've done a good job that we haven't been seeing him running more this game.
Yeah, he likes to throw the ball. He likes to stay in the slot, and watching the film on him, he does like to stay in the slot and throw the ball. He's very disciplined on that end of it. But if he gets loose, not quick, but he's fast. He's got that long stride because he's got the height on him, the 6'3", 185. Be kind of like Jared on this. So, all right, back quarterback Martin to his right this time. 3 receivers to their left. Third down, big third down here, about 8 yards to go. Looking downfield, there's pressure, and he just throws it away. Oh, they were right on top of him on that one.
Excellent call by the defense. They had a linebacker blitz with Franklin called. As soon as the ball snapped, the gap opens up, Franklin takes off, and Harrison just had no time at all. He just had to throw the ball out, which now brings it up 4th and long. And, Joe, we're almost halfway through the second quarter.
We are. 7:11 to go, 9-7 Temple in the second quarter. So good pressure there up the middle by Rogers Franklin, and just threw the ball out of bounds. So 4th down. Got a little limp going over there, too. So didn't get hit, but certainly was having to scramble for his life back there trying to get rid of that football. All right, here's the punt. Low snap once again. This time gets the punt off a wobbly punt. It's going over to the right and bounces straight out of bounds. Going to be on Temple's end of the field, but only about the 48-yard line. So we'll give him 26-2, about a 28-yard punts all on that one. So
well,
it'll be a good field position.
Hess gets another good start with good field position. I mean, there is, when we talked about the keys to our game, defensively showing up like we have been really all season, but particularly these first 2 rounds in the playoff, the defense put a big check mark in that box. Offensively, we needed a fast start. We're moving the ball.
We need a T. We've moved it,
We're not going 3 and out, so we're kind of a half check.
We've been to the 22 different times, but not scored.
So we're moving the ball. We're just not converting it into the points, hence the interception that we had on the last drive in the red zone.
Jemiah Franklin back in, our 1,000-yard back there for the Wildcats, so he's back in at the running back position. 1 receiver right, 1 left. This is a new formation. This is an offset. We got an unbalanced line or something here, running right down the middle. There's a pattern right down the middle. Oh! I'm not sure that ball didn't hit the ground, but they're saying it didn't. Oh, wow. Let's see what they're going to call right there.
They're calling that it bounced off of our receiver.
Yeah.
It never hit the ground, and the defensive back for Port Arthur Memorial. But let's step back to what happened. Our receiver was wide open.
Wide open.
He was
down
wide
the middle.
open. I mean, it was a beautifully executed and called play. Except it was a hard pass to.
There's a little bit of rumbling over here on this side after they replay that. So that ball, it's an interception. So it's 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. We do have a replay on it. So sometimes you want to replay those and sometimes you don't. But
doesn't
ball
matter.
hit number 1, and it went up in the air and was intercepted by the halfback. 2 receivers to the right, so our defense is out there again in a hurry. Not much on that one, just the single play. Throws right. Oh, and they just missed the tackle on that one. Tried to jump that and almost did. Brought down out there by a number of Wildcats. Just a quick out, but down immediately Adrian Williams on that one.
We are seeing a phenomenal outing by our defense here. I mean, this is just
the one
incredible.
Long, just break that, Vincent broke that long one. Outside of that, it's been shut down time.
Our offense has got to get it together, and we've got to get that ball in the end zone.
All right, here we go. Ricky Thompson, Williams out on the right-hand side for them. Of course, they're big quarterback, and they have Martin, Kobe Martin to his left right now. 2 receivers both sides. There's to give to Martin up the middle. A hole once again, but hits some of the backs and is brought down that time, just plowed over by Lamonte Williams. Actually picks him up and sets him up. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7 to go.
Taquan Graham and the guy trying to block him, the offensive lineman, got his helmet ripped off just trying to hit Taquan Graham on that. One of the linemen had to check out of the game because his helmet came off just in his attempt to block Taquan. 3rd down and 7, so it'll be another big 3rd down play here for Memorial and for the Wildcats. Once again, Harris is in. Looking at his play, so this will be a little different one we've seen probably. 2 receivers on both sides. A quick out here to the right, and he's down immediately. Oh, that one hurt too, guys. Their coach is furious over there. Oh. They do not know what's happening to them. Yeah, Schulark just completely shut that down for no gain. Now it's 4th and long. And remember, this is an offense. This is a 6A drop-down team that averages over 40 points per game and goes into halftime with typically close to 30 or 30-plus points. So, I mean, our defense just could not be playing any better, Joe. It's just a quick out that you've seen them all the time on these spread offense. A quick out to the inside flanker, and number 2, that's Williams, and man, Skurlock hit him just as soon as he received the ball, right in the knees as well. So here's a punt. Oh, let's see, we've got whistles way before that one started. We got a delay. There can't be any run into the kicker then. No, it was a delay already, so the other penalties off the table. It was a delay, so that play did not happen. Except I'm not sure their kicker. I don't know if he's that hurt or if he's
that was Ben Norman that ran into him, but he's working this thing. So let's see what. It's not going to be a call. It's going to be a delay call. That's all you can do.
Yeah, the referee, I think he's saying it doesn't matter that he ran into him. They got to delay a game.
Yeah.
Now, they could call a personal foul.
Well,
delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, fourth down.
That's it.
That's the call. That's right.
That was a dead
ball. No flag
ball
on the play because of the delay of game.
That's right.
No foul for personal foul.
That was well done by the crew, the officiating crew.
Let's see if they can get him up. He's still on the field, the kicker. I can't get his number on this.
And this is, if he really is hurt, they've got to get somebody else in to kick, don't they?
They do. That's Kenny Pham. He's a sophomore kicker. He's 5'10", 185-pounder. PHAM, when their kid that played for TCU, with that name, I'm probably just going. Anyhow, he's not going to be kicking this round. He's out of the ballgame for a minute, so they're going to bring in their kickoff man, it looks like.
Just for the record, Joe, you don't have any Horned Frog fans in this booth.
No, I didn't get an answer at all, so apparently nobody watches TCU. Anybody out there?
Now, we locked him when the Temple Tornado was up there. He's coming up on the halftime interview, by the way.
Oh, that's right. See if anybody's out there went to TCU, if there was a fam that played for him. PHAM. It's a short kick. It's taken at the 42-yard line around the right side. They're going to call a block in the back. That was pretty close. I believe I saw that one exactly the one he called, and I believe his head was in front of him, but that's the umpire's going to catch that one. So let's get moved back a little bit.
Getting back to business here on the offensive side of the ball, Joe. I mean,
we need to go score.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First and 10.
There's two things that are happening on offense. I mean, one of them is the scheme, right? That's your strategy, your plays, what you're calling. And the other aspect is actually the execution of that. And from what I can see up here in my perspective, Joe, I think our scheme and strategy coming in with Coach Martin and Coach McGee have just put together an excellent collection of plays for our boys to have the best chance to
drop pass, 2 or 3 drop passes, that we just normally don't. So. All right, Temple, it's a Las Vegas Jewelers first down at the 37-yard line after the 10-yard holding penalty, or block in the back, actually, on the return. There's a snap. Pressure on. He's rolling to his right. He's got a receiver open, and this throws it low. They've got some real speed on this. Hess just doesn't do well once he gets out of that pocket. He has a hard time as far as running the thing.
They're baseball players. I mean, you never have to move more than a few feet in any direction on baseball.
But you're making a play at shortstop. You got to at least move. But he does do much better if he's able to set his feet.
That's right. Well, that's why I like the quick passes. He's just phenomenal in that piece of.
Second and 10. 2 receivers on both sides. This is a quick one out here, and this one's complete up the sideline. And that's going to be close to a first down. Let's see where the spot is. I believe it is. It's a first down out to about the 48-yard line. So Las Vegas Jewelers, 1st and 10. Just a little quick one out there, Xavier Johnson.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Hess, one step, boom. He can make the pass and get it into the hands of our receivers to run and get yards after the catch.
Just needs a little line of sight there, and he's in good shape. So once again, got 2 stacked on both sides. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, both stacked. Got Franklin is in at the halfback on the right side. There's the snap. Looks to the right. Another quick out, this time down the sideline to Xavier Johnson. Pickup of about 6 on the play, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout. So we got 4:02 to go in the second quarter. So with the score, Temple 9, and with the football, 9-7 Temple. We'll be right back. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
Fort Arthur.
The next time you need emergency care, remember Express ER at 31st and Central in Temple. Our average wait is less than 10 minutes, and experienced doctors and nurses will take the time to speak with you, listen, and determine treatment. We offer all the state-of-the-art technology of a hospital-based ER, x-rays, CT scans, labs, and we're owned by local physicians who take pride offering our neighborhood the most compassionate, efficient emergency care. Visit us at 31st and Central.
The second quarter is brought to you by Howell Dental Associates, South 31st Street in Temple. Dr. John Howell, Wildcat in 1959, making smiles in Temple for over 36 years.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium here at the Berry Center in Cypress, Texas. This is Joe Palmer along with Art Cole and Alan Rourke over on the computer, just flying his fingers fast as he can. 4:02 to go in the first half. 9-7 Temple. Everything up there is by the defense, basically, or special teams for Temple. So we need an offensive touchdown here. I got a different set here. We've got kind of a stack. Have Torres in. This is some kind of
Wildcat.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is, come to think of it, isn't it? So there's a snap, give to Knox. He just takes it around the left side. Doesn't make the corner, though. We've got a flag on the far side to start with, though. Let's see what the call is. I don't think it'd be motion. Well, it is motion. They usually blow that dead, but they didn't. So motion on Temple. So somebody's moving on that side.
Well, that's it. We have not seen that Wildcat setup all season.
Yeah,
have we, Joe?
No. He talked about, Coach, one of the things he talked
Illegal
about.
formation, offense.
Illegal formation, so it wasn't.
Second down,
that's
5-yard penalty.
That's 2 times for us.
Yeah.
We've had that illegal formation.
I mean, probably wasn't enough guys on the line of scrimmage on that one. I saw 4 backs, so one of the receivers probably wasn't moved up to the line on that one. So, because they had 4 backs right here in the backfield, and that Wildcat had 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and then the
well, Coach Cavill, the receivers coach, is furious, so I'm guessing it was something with our receivers not getting up on the line.
That's what it looked like. All right, 2nd and 9. Oh, there's the fake, and almost too long a fake. Throws the ball out to the right. Whoa, they are all over Hess on that, and he's lucky to get away from that. I don't know if Zion Leach held on to that ball too long or not, but by the time Hess brought it out from the fake, the linemen were on.
Well, that's a situation where he's gonna call Reed whether it's a pass or a run, and I think you're right. Leach didn't let go of the ball.
Yeah.
Reed's just counting the number of Port Arthur Memorial Titans that are in the box.
Yeah, they're doing something up front too, because our offensive line, they're usually hold a little better than what they're doing right now, so they must be doing some stunting on the front 3 here, bringing someone extra. All right, got motion across. Have one receiver on both sides. Have the H-back. Fake up the middle. Here comes a couple. Long throw out. It's complete. Oh, no. Oh, they call that ball complete over there. I don't know that they saw. Let's see. The back judge coming in. He had the ball. All right, incomplete. Yeah, the side judge didn't see it. The back judge helped him out. They're right on that one. It would have been a first down. Hextall had the ball, but, man, as soon as he got that football.
Pass.
As soon as he
the
got the
receiver
football,
did not retain possession when he went to the ground.
That's not part of what you have to do in high school football, but that's okay. Because once you go out of bounds, you don't have to. But that's good enough. He did lose the ball. Because as soon as he caught the ball, the defender knocked it out of bounds. All right, it'll bring up a 4th down. So Wiley in the kick once more. So I guess that's a 3 and out. Or did we get? Yeah. No, we got one first down.
No, we moved the ball up. Yeah.
Yeah, moved it a little bit. So 4th down, Wiley's back to kick. They have one guy deep. That's going to naturally probably be Kerry Vincent, their LSU recruit. A little bit of a high snap, runs to the right, kicks the ball, end over end. It's caught. He's going to return, even though there's 2 right on him. He goes nowhere. Trying to make something happen back there. Good try by their big defensive back.
Another just excellent job by our deep snapper Zach Rumfield and Jared Wiley back there with the ball. I mean, we did a little rugby kick that away. He rolled out to the right, bought a little bit of time, which helps with Kerry Vincent back there.
As soon as he caught it, they were there.
They were there. Yep. Nice job by Jared Wiley is back there taking care of that.
All right, flip his puppy over. Here we go, right to left. Memorial's on our right, which is down at the Berry Center end of the field.
By the way, Joe, you've gotten me in trouble. I'm getting text messages from people now saying that I was talking trash about TCU. I did not say anything bad about TCU.
I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, all I said was that I'm not a fan. So y'all calm down. My phone's lighting up.
3 receivers to the right. They're running the Wildcat too. They give the ball to Vincent. He goes nowhere. So trying to get loose. They're trying to make something happen. This is throwing them off a little bit today, guys. Our defense is playing really well. We just need the offense to do something today. So once again, the snap that time they had Vincent in there. He's trying to run a little Wildcat, and he goes nowhere. Loses 2, as a matter of fact, and he's out of the game now.
It's going to be interesting to hear the halftime stats from the first half.
Yeah.
Because our defense has just shut them down.
Harrison back in at quarterback. Looks like Kobe Martin. We've mentioned this several times, but 5'3", he looks small even from up here, folks. There's the snap to Harrison, give to McCoby. He cuts it up the middle, and he dodges a couple and has some yardage going there. Picks up about 7 or 8. It's going to, we're going to give him about 8 yards on that one, so it'll be 2nd and 3. Lost a couple of yards on the first one, picked up most of them back again, so 2:15 to go.
We're going to be on 3rd down here.
Second quarter. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say second? Yeah, 3rd down. Sorry about that. 3rd and 3 to go here. So another key play 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for the Wildcats, or for the Memorial Titans. Wildcats in the regular 4-3. There's a give once again up the middle. This time he goes nowhere. Gets to about the 21, back to the line of scrimmage, and then he's brought down. So they just collapsed the middle of that line. In fact, as you see them get up there, Art, you see every one of their offensive linemen just got up off their rear ends. So
Joe,
the defense just nailed it. You see
Timeout.
that?
Yes, and I'm watching
Temple.
the sidelines
That's their
over
first
here.
short timeout of the half.
I'm watching the sidelines, and when they didn't convert on that, their players lined up on the sidelines, hands coming down. They're just not used to being in this spot with one, and their one score was almost kind of an unearned long run by superstar Kerry Vincent. That's what it took to get that touchdown.
It's been an outstanding defensive effort, but man, you can't sit here with 9-7 on a team like this, because obviously they have two guys that can take it all the way. So hopefully our offense will wake up here. Call timeout to give us a little time. 1:44 to go in the half. 9-7 Temple. So Temple's first time out of the half, as you heard the referee announce there.
Well, I like the strategy by Coach Stewart of getting it to stop that clock. He sees an opportunity here with 4th down to get the ball back. I mean, we know what our Wildcats can do. At 46 seconds, we drove down to get the game-winning field goal last week against Pflugerville-Conley. So we know our offense can score. We don't need a whole 2 minutes to do that.
Yeah. Nunez in to kick. Nunez is not their regular kicker. Actually, a while ago, their kicker's out, possibly with an injury. We're not sure. But Nunez is in to punt for them. There's the snap. Takes a little step. Kind of an end over end, and there's fair catch made at the 47-yard line on Temple's end of the field by Xavier Johnson. So it'll be 1st and 10. Las Vegas Jewelers first down at the 47-yard line with 1:37 to go in the first half. 9-7, Temple on top by way of a safety, and then a 50. How long was that kickoff return? 55-yard kickoff return by Xavier Johnson. So. I mean, that's not right. It wasn't Xavier. It was it was Franklin to take that off. Okay. All right, here we go. Got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Fake up the middle, fly pattern. I wonder when they're going to run that. It's complete all the way down to the 10, to the 5-yard line. I had a feeling they were fixing to run that. They've run all the little short patterns. Great throw, great catch that time by Zacchaeus Johnson, the 5'10", 160-pound senior. Takes the ball all the way in to the 6-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 Temple at the 6. They get the ball set. Man, they barely got on side, and there's Zion Leach takes the ball down to the 2. Oh, that guy just threw his hat. He'd already thrown a flag, so he had to throw a hat next.
Well, I think
Rumfield was continuing to block, and I do not think that the defender appreciated that.
That was Cedric Lee for Port Arthur Memorial that was grabbing Zach Rumfield by the face mask. I think what we've got is an offsides on Port Arthur Memorial because they were tired and getting back. Then they got the personal foul. I think we've got 2 penalties here against Port Arthur Memorial.
Both came from the
and that's a head penalty right there, Joe. That's getting in people's heads right there.
Here we go.
Offside. Defense.
Good call.
Half the distance to the goal. Also, dead ball. Personal foul. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
All right, so that's going to – let's see how that works. The ball was at the 6-yard line, so it'll go to the 3. Now, they step both
I'm not
off.
a math guy, but if we do
That's
a
1
half
and a half,
I think it should be a touchdown.
Would
you be with me on that if it worked?
That's right. that would work. All right, we got the power guys in there. Got both Torres and Rumfield over on the left side. There's the fake off the left, and he takes him into the end zone. Touchdown, Temple. Just fake that one a little bit. Zion Leach just powers his way in for the touchdown. So that's a valet cleaners touchdown by way of Zion Leach. Leach, big
fans, Wildcat fans, I'll tell you right now, that is just
good score.
Powerful, punching them in the mouth. That is Wildcat football right there. There's nothing finesse about that. That is just going head to head and pushing it into the end zone.
6'2", 210, and a 6', 225 seniors with Torres and Rumfield just pushed him in on that one. Oh, let's see. We've got a whistle. We've got a procedure call.
False start. Offense. Replay the try.
Now, I'm not sure how you have a false start on an extra point, but
Joe, if that's where we want to have it, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with us having a false start. If we're gonna get our penalty, let's get it on an extra point.
I'll take it.
I'm good with Jared. The way he's kicking, I think he could make an extra point from the 50-yard line today.
15-7, unusual score, of course, by way of that. We were talking earlier about the 2-point safety. So 15-7.
How about that pass
that
from
was a
Hess
perfect pass.
down to, was that Zacchaeus Johnson? Yes, that was Zacchaeus, wasn't it, on the deep pass?
Yes, yeah, 81.
God, what a beautiful pass by Hess to set that touchdown up.
Yeah, just got behind his the defender over on that side. There's another kick, and that's going to be good too. So got double dip on that. Matt Post and State Farm extra point doubled up on it. All right, it's 16-7. Wildcats, 1:05 to go in the half. We'll be right back. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
Howell Dental Associates with Temple Wildcat, Dr. John Howell, DDS, fullback 1959 and 1960. Your gentle and friendly hometown dentist has been making smiles in Temple for 36 years. General and cosmetic family dentistry, lumineers, dental implants, and orthodontics are available. Your comfort is important, so they offer nitrous oxide and sedation dentistry on South 31st Street in Temple. Phone 254-778-4402 or visit yourtempledentist.com. And go Wildcats!
The second quarter is brought to you by Howell Dental Associates, South 31st Street in Temple. Dr. John Howell, Wildcat in 1959, making smiles in Temple for over 36 years.
Second. All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium in the Berry Center in Cypress, Texas. This is Joe Palmer along with Art Coley and Alan Rourke. And we've got a 16-7 football game with the Wildcats on top, and just great play, long completion there from Hess over to Johnson, and then before the Titans were kind of walking back to the play, and Hess snapped the ball before the lineman could get back there. So good play. There's a kickoff. This one goes all the way through the end zone. Oh, great kick by Wiley. Actually hits about 9 yards deep and bounces out. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. So El Chico kickoff all the way whistling again. Let's see what we got this time.
Penalty flag on the play.
Is it them offsides or us?
Offsides, kicking team.
Okay.
5-yard penalty, re-kick.
I can't see who he's signaling. Oh, let's see. Here we go. We've got the replay. Ooh, they put it down before we see what happened. I'm not sure who they were signaling as far as offsides. I was watching it, but I didn't see anyone offsides. But so back to the 35-yard line. This is the umpire making those calls, moves into that. He's trying to signal who it is, but I still don't know if they ever got across who it actually was.
You know, Joe, this is, we talk about football being, it's both a finesse game, chess, and then it's a brute game of force and muscle and strength. There's also the third element, right, and that's keeping the emotional side and keeping your head in check. We're seeing Port Arthur Memorial with some struggling, some arguing on the sidelines. They're not used to 7 points being, a minute left to go is plenty of time for them, too.
All right, there's nobody offsides on that one. The kick's not nearly as long. It's going to come down to Vincent. He takes it at the 5, out to the 15, 20. They're closing in on him, and he's down at the 24. He did a little stutter stepping on that. Did you notice that as he came up? He wasn't running that full speed. He has something to say to the defense, but that's all right. He's headed off to the sideline, so that's all right. Here we go. It'll be 1st down and 10 now for Port Arthur Memorial High School. 58 seconds to go in the half. 16-7. Temple on top. Let's see what they come up with. So maybe watching downfield deep on these. Art, I'm not sure if they'll try to score with it or just see if they can run it a little bit. Come in with the regular running back, or I say regular, Kobe Martin starting. Elijah Hines,
we haven't seen him at all. Yeah, he's out.
I don't see him on the sideline either, but I haven't looked that hard.
That's their 1,600-yard back with 21 touchdowns this season.
That'll be okay. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Titans. Martin's to the left of Harrison as far as halfback. Looking to his right, there's the snap. Just gives the ball up the middle. There's a huge hole up the middle. That little quick trap blocking's up the middle, and actually he picks up, close in on it pretty quick. That was actually Ashton Logan coming up from the safety to make that stop.
So Port Arthur's got 1 timeout left here, so it's they're obviously
letting it go. Yeah, down to 39 seconds. Be 2nd down and 7. Looking to the left, little quick pass. Has a little bit of a lane, cuts to the outside, and he's brought down. Let's see. I don't believe that's going to be enough for the 1st down, so it'll be 3rd down and 2. Only a pickup of 1 on that one, so good coverage out here on this side. Hemmed him in a hurry. That was complete to Adrian Williams. No, that's actually James Francis. I believe that's the first time we called his number. He's hard to see. There it is. His hair is over his number, but you can see it in the front. James Harrison on that one. All right, so 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left once again. Martin's to the left. Looking downfield, there's pressure from Taquan Graham, and he's down. And time has run out. So we get a sack on the last play of the half. Taquan Graham is in and sacks Harrison for about
that is the end of the first half.
About a 12-yard loss on that sack. So nice way to go into the dressing room at halftime, Art.
Well, I can tell you, Port Arthur Memorial, they came out with their chants and their fancy lines and this and that. They're going in right now. They're wondering, they're in a dogfight here.
They are.
Temple Wildcats. No, they're in a cat fight.
Temple Wildcats 16, the Memorial Titans 7. We'll be back for our halftime show. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
Claude Allen Specialized House Leveling, Foundation Repair, and Concrete has serviced the Central Texas area for over 45 years and 5 generations. We specialize in house leveling and foundation repair, but we don't stop there. We also do sidewalks and patios, so if you want the job done right and last years to come, call us today, 254-931-0435, and ask for Claude.
Howell Dental Associates with Temple Wildcat, Dr. John Howell, DDS, fullback 1959 and 1960. Your gentle and friendly hometown dentist has been making smiles in Temple for 36 years. General and cosmetic family dentistry, lumineers, dental implants, and orthodontics are available. Your comfort is important, so they offer nitrous oxide and sedation dentistry on South 31st Street in Temple. Phone 254-778-4402 or visit yourtempledentist.com. And go Wildcats!
Mike Dent wanted a restaurant and sports bar that he would enjoy. So he built Wings Pizza and Things in Temple. And so many Central Texans are enjoying a smoke-free family environment committed to serving fresh, made-to-order food, including 14 flavors of wings, New York-style pizza. Come watch every sporting event on the 48 flat screens, and the kids will enjoy the new Buzz Time gaming tablets. Wings Pizza and Things is successful because of the food, atmosphere, customers, and the staff. Bring the office, team, family. Call in or take out. Wings Pizza and Things, Southwest Dodge and Loop in Temple.
Claude Allen Specialized House Leveling, Foundation Repair, and Concrete has serviced the Central Texas area for over 45 years and 5 generations. We specialize in house leveling and foundation repair, but we don't stop there. We also do sidewalks and patios, so if you want the job done right and last years to come, call us today, 254-931-0435, and ask for Claude.
Las Vegas Jewelers, serving Bell County and back in the Temple Wildcats since 1950. Myself, Johnny, and my brother Billy are both graduates of Temple High School and proud of the Wildcats traditions and proud of Las Vegas Jewelers' reputation for honesty, expert service, and competitive prices on quality merchandise. Buying a diamond should not be stressful or confusing. Remember, our diamond prizes can compete with anyone, no matter what they may claim. Las Vegas Jewelers says, yay, cat.
Wildcat Halftime on K1017. Brought to you by Johnny's Cleaners, servicing Temple and Central Texas since 1949, specializing in all types of cleaning and alterations. Try the executive shirt service. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, we're back here at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium where the Temple Wildcats are playing the Port Arthur Memorial Titans. The score after 2 quarters of football is Temple 16 and Memorial 7. Well, guys, what a half of football, particularly on our defensive side, and then, of course, the offense adding that big score at the end. Art and Allen, let's get the halftime show started, guys.
You bet. Thanks, Joe. And you, just so you know, Wildcat fans, this halftime show, Louie, Jesse, and all the team down at Johnny's Cleaners. Now, I know they have a couple locations, but the one for us, Alan, over on the north side, we're north side people. We like that Main Street location, and John, they've got all of our family's business, yours and my mom and dad and everybody. That's where we get our clothes done. So
since I was a little kid,
and I think Louie and Jesse are at the game right now, so they're probably not hearing this, but we appreciate all their support of Wildcat football in this broadcast. Guys, just for this halftime show, we're going to do the first half recap. We're going to talk about some other playoff scores around in 5A Division 1. We also got Gene Pemberton. He's going to be interviewing the Temple great, Temple Tornado, some of those TCU comments earlier. Kenneth Davis. He played for TCU and then the NFL Buffalo Bills. He rushed for over 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns in his pro career. Gene will be on talking with Kenneth. And then we'll come back after that, and we'll talk about the stats in the second half preview, which with Joe. So, but Mr. Medina, Alan, Mr. Medina was just up here a second ago, and I tell you, our quarterback club sponsored these noisemakers that we've got spread out. We probably looking, folks, at about 5,000 people just on the Wildcat side here, and the quarterback club got these white sticks noisemakers, and the noise is almost deafening down there. I'm hearing on the play in the field, and we look at some of the penalties that Port Arthur Memorial has with false starts and things like that. Totally a factor of the band factor, the Wildcat Nation factor, and and Mr. Medina, he was almost as fired up as anybody else is about the game.
Man, I tell you what, Art, we can hear it through this thick glass pretty much. It is noisy down there. And like you said, this is what we wanted. We posted this on Inside Wildcat Football. We've been calling for this all week, try to get as much of a crowd as we could, so we could have almost, I don't want to say anything trademarked about an extra player, more than 11, less than 13.
Right.
But we got extra people down here today.
Well, Wildcat Nation is certainly tipping that over, and that makes a huge difference for the Cats. As a former player out there on the field, what a difference that makes looking back and just seeing your whole community, because it's so much more than about football here, right? Oh. So, Alan, let's jump in. Let's first of all hit the scoring recap of the first half. This 16 Wildcats to Port Arthur Memorial 7. How do we get here, Alan?
Well, at 5:16 in the first quarter, number 5, Kerry Vincent runs for a 55-yard touchdown, and PAT was good. And that's pretty much all you get from Port Arthur Memorial.
One long run by their LSU commit was it for them.
That was it, and I can't wait till y'all look at the stats to see how awesome our defense has been playing today. At 1:58 in the first quarter, Temple gets a safety. The punter for Port Arthur Memorial steps out of the back of the end zone. On the ensuing kickoff, Temple runs the ball. Number 20, Jemiah Franklin, returns the ball all the way for a touchdown, making the score 9-7. And then at 1:05 in the second quarter, right before halftime, after a long, probably 50-yard pass down the field by Hess to number 81, Johnson, Zion Leach takes it in for a touchdown, making the score 16-7 at the half.
Alan, this Coach Knox is our special teams coach.
I had him on the show Monday night.
That's right. He was on the show Monday night with you. And the further you get in the playoffs, how often do we see time and time again that special teams make a difference? Now, Port Arthur Memorial, their special teams gives up a 2-point conversion.
Right.
Then they turn around on the next kickoff and give up a kickoff return. After the safety, that's 9 points that our special team won and their special teams gave up.
Yeah.
Not to mention with Jared Wiley and our punting team, we've continuously been putting them back into tough field position, not giving them that advantage, that field advantage that's so important in a game. So I tell you, this game is chalked up right now in the first half to our Temple defense and our Temple special teams. And our offense is hanging in there, playing some good stuff. But now if they kick it on in the second half to the degree that we know we can, boy, this is –
We've been a second-half team here of late, too. We've been close in the first, and then we end up blowing it out in the second half like we did against Corsicana, right? I mean, I know that game last week against Connolly was really close, but, we have blown it up in the second half.
The 2 round – I mean – the game against Corsicana was close going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, that game didn't blow out until the fourth quarter, which is another one of those fourth quarter experience things with the Wildcats. And then last week, of course, we went all the way down to the end with the last-second field goal. So if I could be a fly on the wall in that Port Arthur Memorial locker room, their stands.
Look at the crowd over there.
Their band is on the field right now playing, and not one Port Arthur Memorial fan is standing
they're not used to this. How much do they score per game? 50 points or something? And
almost, 40-plus points per game, and they typically go into half with about 30 points at halftime on average. So they are definitely in unfamiliar territory here. Now, on the flip side, this is a very talented team. And the one thing about talented teams, they're down. It's a 9-point game.
Yeah, it's not over by any means.
Of course not. It isn't. What we're saying here, though, is that many had tagged the analysts across the state. A number of them had picked Port Arthur to win by multiple touchdowns. and that's not the reality. We've got a game going on here, and our Cats are in a position to come out in the second half and win this thing. Well, Alan, let's turn to look at other scores from around 5A Division I. Lots of teams. We know 4 games were happening yesterday. Let's start with that 5A Division I game of Cedar Park versus Manvel. What do we have there?
All right, well, we've got Cedar Park. Manvel is up 14-7 with 5:04 in the first quarter. So there's a lot going on in that game early.
Wow.
And, of course, Manvel's ranked number 3. Cedar Park's ranked number 2.
And that's right. That kickoff was at 2. That's at Kyle Field right in College Station. So we'll be passing through College Station, at least the way I go, is to Hearn and take 485 over.
Yeah.
I know the buses don't do that any longer. But, all right, so Cedar Park, Manvel, that game. And what quarter are they in?
They're in the first quarter still.
And it's what score again?
14-7.
14-7. Looking like going to be a shootout there. Region 1, the other Region 1 game, Lubbock Coronado versus Colleyville Heritage. What do we have there, Alan?
We're at about 5 minutes in the first quarter there. All these games started at 2 o'clock. Okay. Ours, of course, starting at 1. Colleyville Heritage is up 21-3 over Coronado in that game. I mean, that's a lot of points in one quarter.
It sure is. Now, we know Coronado can score a lot, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, there's no picks in Region 2 because both of their semifinals were played yesterday.
Right.
That's Legacy, Mansfield Legacy versus Highland Park. They both were winners yesterday and play next weekend in round 4. Region 4, all 3 of us picked Dripping Springs versus Eagle Pass Mission. How's that game coming along?
Well, we were all correct because right now, and I know Tim Waits is doing a dance right now because Dripping Springs is up 28-7 with a little less than 5 minutes to go in the first quarter on that game,
goodness.
too.
Wow.
Dripping Springs is putting it on them.
Well, Alan, anything that you want to share with us about online Wildcat with Wildcat Nation out there? We got a number. I mean, is it as active on the inside Wildcat football as it is right here? I don't even know if you have anybody on there, do you?
Hey,
they're all here?
Oh, well, they're all here, but they're also on Inside Wildcat Football on Facebook. We got people in the stands on their phones. We got Mark Gill down there, Holly Winnett Brewers down there. We've got David Ballmer chiming in from Dallas. We've got Shirley Fellingham chiming in online too. But we got people in the stands that are on Wildcat Nation online, and we got them out at home. We got them everywhere, man.
Wow.
Michael Teague's back again from Seattle, Washington. We got John Randy Cooper from San Antonio. I was supposed to bring him with me to the game today, but he had to work because they got the bigwigs from Toyota flying in, and he works at the Air Force Base out there.
Well,
so he
Alan,
couldn't get away.
That's good that's got active. We're gonna take a break here. We'll take a break and come back for the Gene Pemberton interview with Kenneth Davis. That's going to be brought to you by Howell Dental Associates. Right now, this is Art Coley with Joe Palmer and Alan Roark live from FCU Stadium at the Berry Center in Cypress, Texas, where we're at the half with the score. Your Temple Wildcats 16 and the Port Arthur Memorial Titans 7. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM and K1017FM.com.
At Gem Pawn Shop, you can pawn, sell, or buy. If you're in the market for a new or used firearm, shop Gem Pawn Shop. You can also get your payroll check cashed. Even income tax or SSI checks can be cashed as well. There is a fee for 1 to 2.5% for cashing the checks. You can pay your utility bills there, plus get money orders and MoneyGram transfers. Gem Pawn Shop will also buy gold. Gem Pawn is family-owned since 1949. 1305 West Adams Avenue in Temple. Stop by or call 773-4708 today. Go Cats!
Finders Auto Fleet Services at 3321 Parkway Drive in the Industrial Park in Temple is offering an oil change with free tire rotation, excluding diesel, for only $29.95. That's just $29.95. The special includes up to 5 quarts of Motorcraft synthetic blend oil, topping off all fluids, oil filter replacement, and tire check. Finders offers competitive vehicle services on all domestic and most imports. Call 773-5993. That's 773-5993. Finders Auto and Fleet Service wishes the Temple Wildcats good luck this football season.
The Gene Pemberton halftime interview is brought to you by Howell Dental Associates, South 31st Street in Temple. Dr. John Howell, Wildcat 1959, making smiles in Temple for 36 years. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
Hey, welcome to Wildcat Halftime, the game between Temple and Port Arthur. It's Saturday afternoon, of course, and it's 1 o'clock kickoff, and the old Wildcats still going in the third round. And we've got a gentleman with us tonight who's one of the greatest Wildcat players that ever took the field. And I can say that with all honesty because I had the honor of helping coach him in Little League and saw what he was going to become, and he did become it. But we'll let him tell you most of that, and we're going to bring up some stuff if we got time. But Kenneth Davis, the Temple Tornado, is our guest. And Kenneth, thank you so much. You got so many people in Temple that remember you and love you, and you sparked a team that wasn't supposed to do anything the year before we were supposed to win it. But Kenneth led the Temple Wildcats in 1979 to the state championship, and then went on to TCU and made All-American, and then finished his career up at Buffalo and went to more Super Bowls, and nobody went to more than you did, I don't guess. And
right.
That's amazing. You just you had a great running back in Thurman Thomas that was with you up there, and y'all just came close so many times, just didn't get the big prize. But Kenneth, yeah. But if you would,
hello, Wildcat Nation.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I love you, and I say to all listeners that are Wildcat fans, I say thank you. I say thank you in so many different ways because it mattered so much in my life with little bitty things there in Temple. I don't care if I was in a store, somebody say, hey, great game on Friday night. You know, it's just, I think the cohesiveness that Temple had there and the energy that Temple had there is what made it great. And I said to y'all again, thank you.
Well, you know, you were such an all-around player, and of course, Coach McQueen loves you to death to this day, and I know you attribute a lot of your success to Coach McQueen.
Coach McQueen is an outstanding coach. He's a father first, and then he's a coach. And then when he comes out on that field, you know, it's just like something else special that steps out there with him. You know, he's just an outstanding individual that made an incredible impact on my life. I'm glad that I had an opportunity to be coached by a man like him. I don't think he can get any better. I think I've said this to him before. I told him when I went to Green Bay, you know, it was incredible. You know, Green Bay was a good football team, and it's an old football team, so they got a lot of history in Green Bay, a lot of history. But I tell him when I left Temple did us better dealing with equipment than they did in Green Bay.
That's amazing.
The stuff for things that we needed and everything, Coach McQueen did it better there in Temple than what they did in Green Bay. I think that I'm grateful for the opportunity. I played in Green Bay and have played the professional game, but I tell you what, ain't nobody held no memories and taught me as much as Coach McQueen did there. You know, I think with Coach McQueen and Coach Davis, you know, they just taught me a whole lot.
Well, you were a great all-around player, offense, of course, what most people know you for, but that 79 team that won the championship, y'all gave up less than 100 points in 15 games. That was a heck of a defense, too.
Yeah, it really was. You look at the defense, look how great it was, some of the people that you had on there. We had a big guy named Irvin Williams, a guy named Basilio Martinez, a young man named by the Adrian Simpson. You know, it was a lot. Kyle McQueen was on that defense until he got hurt.
Yeah, sure.
You know, he got hurt that year, so he didn't play that year. But you know, it was. I tell you, it was the cohesiveness of Coach McQueen and Dale Baker and them. All of them put it all together to make it work, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked, and you know, there's nobody more prepared than Temple Wildcats. There's no question about that. Well, let me just mention this. In '78, Temple was supposed to win it. A lot of people still say it's one of the greatest high school teams of all time, but we got beat, and Plano took us out, and the next year, you guys coming back wasn't supposed to win anything, and doggone if we didn't win the state championship. And I'll never forget you coming down with that pass at Baylor in the end zone, and you say you still got that picture, huh?
I still got that picture, and you know something, I think it's something that made me elevate my game even more, because I kind of think it made me say that, hey, you know what, whatever you want to do, you can do it if you're willing to work for it, if you're willing to compete for it. I just think that, you know, Coach McQueen taught me how to be an incredible competitor. I think sometimes it may have gotten the best of me, but I think that, you know, working and having an opportunity to work with him and be coached by him, I think he's making me a great competitor without a doubt.
Well, it not only was, you could play any sport. I know you played with us in baseball, too. In fact, we're going to quickly tell this because we got so much stuff we want to go over. But Jay Daniel and I were coaching the team, and we were pretty doggone good. In fact, they let us play the All-Stars, and we were just beating the fool out of the All-Stars, and you already had 3 hits, and it's time for you to hit again, and we wanted to let everybody play, so I told them we're going to pinch hit for you. Well, take it from there, because you didn't like that too much.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I was young. I was very young and didn't understand. And when he called me and said, "Hey, now we're gonna sit you. We're gonna let you sit this time and let someone else bet for you," I didn't know. I didn't understand that. We need to let out everybody play. When I got older in my life, I began to understand it. But I never forget it. I got up. I got mad. I got my club. I walked out on center field and climbed the fence and went home. But when I got home after Mr. Daniels called my dad, I never did have that problem anymore.
No, your dad straightened that situation.
He straightened it out real good. He straightened me out real good about a lot of it. Yeah. So I really truly understand. And not only that, though, that's a memory and a lesson, a lifelong lesson that I had. And it helps me not only at that time, but it also helped me in high school when Coach McQueen would pull us out. When I got pulled out in the 9th grade to let somebody else play, I carried it over with me throughout my life.
Yeah, because you were competitive.
That's right. It's a lifelong. Yeah.
That's why you were successful.
So you have to be.
Well, you were one of the best players in Texas that year. We won it in '79, and of course then you'd been recruited everywhere, and you ended up at TCU, and of course made All-American, and then the vote for the Heisman. You were close. Probably if you'd have stayed your senior year, you might have got the Heisman. But
it was a tough situation. It was great with me at TCU, and I still say to this day, the foundation that I received in Temple, I carried that foundation with me throughout my career.
Yeah.
From Temple High School to TCU to the pros. You need a good foundation and you need stability, and I think that's what I got there from being a Temple Wildcat.
Well,
I got all of that.
Your buddy Wayne Dawson was telling me after he went out to Texas Tech, he said the practice there at the first, he said this teammate was about to die, and he asked him, he said, "Man, did y'all practice this hard when you was in high school?" And he said, "Man, I went to Temple. We ain't started yet." But then after you left TCU, and of course that Green Bay part of it, but where I know you mostly and where you had some great success was with the Buffalo Bills, and y'all went to a bunch of Super Bowls. And
yeah, Buffalo was a great team for me the first year. Well, when I came to Buffalo to visit, when I was a free agent and I left Green Bay, came to Buffalo to visit, I sit around and they just, I came up there and I sit there and I talked to Coach Levy. And so when I talked to Coach Levy at the time, he had told me that they had drafted Thurman Thomas, I think, in the 2nd round, and he had told me that he understood all that and what kind of back he was and all that. And I told him that's fine. I said I don't have any problem with that. I said he said may the best man win. And that's pretty much what it really boiled down to. And at that time, Thurman was a good athlete. I couldn't take nothing away from him. He was a great athlete. And Elijah Pitts, that had been a running back for the Green Bay Packers many years ago, was my running back coach. And he told me, he said, "You know what you do?" He said, "You sit on this sideline, you stand on this sideline, and you watch these plays, and just be ready to go, because," he said, "you never know." He said, "You never know what play you're going to have to go in, so you just need to be ready at any time." And so that's what I did. I practiced it at that level to be ready at any time. And when I had an opportunity to go into games, I did my best. And I think I had a pretty good career.
You had a great career. Yeah. And when they got down close to the goal line, here come Kenneth Davis to score. And Coach Levy put me in on short yards and all-purpose yards. Doing even not to the standpoint of moving me out and let me line up on the linebacker and run a route. It was a great thing. But I tell you that I still go back to that foundation in high school. I still go back to that. We was climbing over that fence at Bakersfield. See, because I thought about all of that. I thought about all that stuff when I played professionally. Yeah. Because all of that is what made me to be what I was then at that given time. It's not a time that I probably didn't play the game or went out on the field for a game that I didn't think about when I was a Wildcat. Yeah, I know.
Because that's where they had gotten me. This is where Temple has gotten me, helped me get here to this level. level, and it's phenomenal. Really, truly is.
When you retired, after Thurman retired, you know, I was talking to you because I sold the seats up there at Pilot Field in Buffalo at the baseball stadium, and, you know, I talked to you quite a bit up there. But you told me that time that you was going to retire too, even though you was getting some big money offers, because you hadn't messed your knee up. And Thurman, what was your roommate, and he'd get up in the morning and have to wait till his blood circulated before he could walk?
Well, yeah. You know what? Not only the guys that they have to get up and worry about their leg, as he said that it would be so stiff when he got up, so he could get to the standpoint where it could hardly move. And it was like the circulation wasn't getting all the way around. I felt in my life, I tell you, I'll never forget it. Bill Polian, a lot of people know him. Yeah. He was our general manager at Buffalo when I was there. Then he left and went to Carolina. He went to Carolina and to Indianapolis. But he called me when he was in Carolina when I retired. He said, Kenneth, hey, this Bill Polian, general manager, I'd like for you to come here and let's cut a 2-year deal. I said, Mr. Polian, I don't want to play anymore. He said, huh? I said that I've had 9 wonderful years. I am healthy. Everything is good with me. I don't want to play anymore.
Okay, we only have 30 seconds, so go ahead and wind it up.
Yeah, but that's what it was. I just told him I didn't want to play anymore, and I didn't play anymore because I didn't want to feel like those type of things with my body. I knew my body was deteriorated, but I didn't want to have those type of problems.
Well, you were smart because you get around really good now. In fact, you're the family cook. You've been cooking for 2 days up there, and you had your whole family was great Wildcats. We got to, as we sign off, kind of mention who your brothers were.
My brother Herbert played there, and my brother Ed. My brother Ed played there. He was a left cornerback, and I was a right there. Coach McQueen started me as a junior, and then so he moved on the right side. So I was fortunate enough to play there with my brother Ed, and my baby brother Stacy played there, and my nephew Melvin Collins played there.
Sure
so
did.
you know, it's a great history right there with us with the Temple Wildcats. It's been fantastic, and thank you, fans. I don't think that people really realize how much it is and how much it means to have the fans to come out and fill that stadium and travel with you like they did.
Well,
thank you, Wildcat fans. Thank you.
Well, that's very gracious of you, and thank you so much for coming on with us. And, you know, you'll always be welcome at Temple High School, and we just love you to death. And, you know, thank you for being so representative of Wildcat Nation.
All right. Good luck, Wildcats. Let's win. All right.
All right.
The Gene Pemberton halftime interview is brought to you by Howell Dental Associates, South 31st Street in Temple. Dr. John Howell, Wildcat 1959, making smiles in Temple for 36 years. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
This is Michael from Hilliard's Trophy. With over 22 years of experience, I take pride in quality work with the short turnaround time. If you need trophies, awards, vinyl lettering, banners, custom engraving, or more, give me a call at 254-773-1150. Visit the website at hilliardstrophy.com, email hilliardstrophy@hotmail.com, or stop by 2409 Airport Road. Hilliard's Trophy, serving champions, champion service.
Wildcat Halftime on K1017. Brought to you by Johnny's Cleaners in downtown Temple. And soon a new location in Melton behind CVS Pharmacy. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium, and it's time for the kickoff, El Chico kickoff coming up. It's almost immediately. Art, just real quickly.
Yeah.
Notice that Harrison actually completed 8 out of 13 for 46 yards. Y'all may have gone over this before.
No, we haven't.
Okay, Reed was 13 out of 26 for 183, but 3 interceptions. Didn't help the situation a whole lot, but we're still up on the scoreboard 16-7, and we're going to kick it off, and it goes into the end zone and decides to take a knee.
So here, the big story from that first half, Joe, is that Port Arthur Memorial is a team that typically averages over 500 yards of offense. And for the first half, their total offense was a little over 123 yards.
Yeah, I noticed they're rushing. They had under 20 yards rushing if you took out the one run.
That's right, minus the one long run. And with the one long run, it still is 77 yards total yards rushing, 46 yards on passing. So, I mean, just an absolute dominating performance, and we're out here with our Cats defense on the field again.
Here we go. The Cats are back on defense. So it's kickoff went deep into the end zone, so the ball's at the 25-yard line. Have 3 receivers to the right. We're going right to left, so Memorial's on the south end, headed to the north. There's a snap to Harrison just to give up the middle once again to Martin. and picks up maybe 2 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 8 for Memorial. Just come right back, try to get a little blocking up front, see if they can establish a run game here in the second half. I did hear from Greg Willey that Elijah Hines, who is their main rushing back, has a shoulder injury.
Okay.
So he's suited up, but I don't know if he'll be in or not. See what happens this second half.
Well, this is going to tell us a lot about Port Arthur Memorial in this first drive here.
Absolutely. 3 to the right once again, looking downfield to the right. Plants, throws, and it is almost picked off by Ashton Logan. Great play there. A deep slant pattern or a deep flag pattern that time by their slot man, Adrian Williams. And, man, Ashton was right there on that and almost picked that thing off. So it'll be 3rd down now and 8 for the Titans. Ball still on the 27.
Ashton doesn't usually miss those. I mean, and it would have been a tough catch anyway, and he makes those tough catches.
Yeah, a little low. If he'd thrown it higher, he'd probably, the receiver probably been a pick. 3 to the right, same set, 1 to the left. Got some pressure. That's Graham on his back. He just throws the ball out of bounds. Wow. That looked just like the end of the first half because Quan Graham was coming from his left. That
you're right. That's basically the same spot on the field, exactly. Was it, where we just got the sack to end the first half?
Yeah, he decided to get rid of that one. So it'll be 4th down, so 3 and out for the first series. We get a couple of more of those guys, and this game can turn in a hurry. Because there's a lot of walking out on the field right now.
Joe, we talked about the total offense for Port Arthur Memorial being 123 yards. Temple's total offense was just under 200 yards, 183 of that passing, only 10 rushing.
Right.
So a lot of our passing on there, Hess, and 13 completions.
Yeah, wasn't too many rushes. Franklin carried a few times. Nunez is in the kick. He's not a normal punter. You can tell by the way he drops the ball. Round the right-hand side. Got a little bit of running room by Xavier Johnson. He's still going down the right sideline to the 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line. Looked like they had him. We got a flag, though. Umpire's got him another flag. Let's see, this time it's a block in the back by number 52 or 25. I can't tell. Yeah, it says 52, so got a block in the back again.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10.
All right, they're watching it very closely. That's Wisrick, one of the defensive linemen that's on that punt return team. Just happened to clip somebody in the back, so going to bring it back all the way to the 44-yard line. So Temple will be Las Vegas Jewelers 1st down at the 44-yard line on their own end of the field. Lost about about 23 or 4 yards on that one.
Yeah, there's we still have good field position. We're basically almost at midfield, so that's a great way to start the 3rd period. But you're right, we'd prefer to be 30 yards up.
Leach is starting at the halfback this half. Got 3 receivers to the left for Hess, 1 to the right. Looks like Hextall's out here one-on-one with Fisher. Or Vincent, I'm sorry. Slants that one over to the left. Might want to get on that ball. Whew. That was almost a lateral, but they called it incomplete over there. Zion Leach just drops that one. That's a little swing pattern. Actually, they were right on him. I'm not sure that wasn't a good idea. Just go ahead and drop that one.
Some people may remember the Belton Temple game that was televised on ESPN where we had that same thing, and Lake Seastrong just didn't get on the ball. It ended up being a lateral. Belton picks it up for a touchdown. So luckily that wasn't the case there.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right this time. Leach still in. They've got Rumfield in at the H-back on the right side. Moves over to the left side now. So halfback and Rumfield on the left side. Once again, look up the middle. Throws it deep. He's open. And it's caught down at the 15-yard line. Oh, no. Rolls over and the ball gets loose of him. Man, he had his hands on that one. And then as he rolled over, Zacchaeus Johnson, it just came loose. Another great pass. Good catch.
Fantastic pass by Hess. And you know what? That's almost a little, Hess put some extra oomph in that because he's not a big-time, deep passer, and that was a heck of a launch by him.
Yeah, deep post on that one, and he was open, just didn't quite make the catch. And that's actually their big LSU signee over on that side as well. Putting some pressure on it this time. Owens out of the backfield. That's Rumfield down the right sideline. And a big guy comes over. That's Vincent comes over and knocks him out of bounds. Not until he's down to the 25-yard line, though.
Rumfield this year has had 11 catches for 180 yards, 1 touchdown, but the average yardage on his catch is over 16 yards.
Injury timeout.
And doesn't it just seem, Joe, every time Rumfield, it's not about the big numbers, but every time he makes a catch, it's a big play. There again, a 3rd and long, and we go. 3rd and long, and we're going there on that piece. So
got Vincent down on our sideline. That's our LSU signing. Let's take a quick break. It's an injury timeout. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
McGuire Tire is a proud sponsor of your local high school football teams and serving all of your car, SUV, truck, tractor, and tire needs, including shocks, struts, alignments, brake repair, lift kits, and truck accessories. Farm to the garden and streets. You need to call McGuire Tire, 254-773-3114. McGuire Tire, 603 South 1st Street in Temple. Family owned and operated since 1947. Stop by our Temple location or our Belton location, 103 Lake Road at 254-939-1357. Good luck, Wildcats, and have a great season.
The third quarter brought to you by Extreme Cheer and Tumble. Quality instruction in cheerleading, gymnastics, and karate. Home of the Temple Wildcat Cheerleaders. Extreme is the best of the best. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, this is Joe Palmer with Art Cole and Alan Rourke. We're back at Cy-Fair FSU Stadium. We've got a timeout on the sideline. That's Gary Vincent, their big 5'11", 170-pound senior who signed with LSU. Hit Rumfield coming down the right sideline and actually paid for it a little bit. Knocked him out of bounds, but I'm not sure that Rumfield didn't get the better end of that deal. But he's back up and going now. So 10:41 to go in the third quarter. Score 16-7, and that completion to Rumfield around just swung out the backfield around the right side. He's at that H-back.
Joe, look at our guys, man. We're lined up ready.
We're ready
Kerry
to go.
Vincent isn't even off the field. We're ready to play some football, man. We're lined back up ready to run another play from the 30 there. And these Cats, gosh, I love how they're looking coming out here the third.
Hunter Torres in at the H-back now. That puts Rumfield at the tight end on the left side. Just two split receivers on this one. Leach is in at the halfback, so got all the power on the left side right now with the halfback, the H-back, and the tight end. And there's the give over the left side to Leach. He swings it to the outside, makes a little cut, gets loose, go downfield a little bit there. Saw a little room, but a lot of speed in that secondary. Good grief, they're quick.
But what you see happening with Port Arthur, too, every play they're just having to – it's taken 3 and 4 guys to make the tackle. We're making them run long distances to make that play.
Ball down to the 21-yard line, so here we go again real quickly. A little counter this time. No one out there on Leach. He heads around, gets a cut this time, and maybe a first down. Let's see where they're going to spot it. They're going to show him out at the 21. Not quite enough for a first down, so it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats down at the 21-yard line.
The key to that play was Zacchaeus Johnson and his block out there on the perimeter that allowed Leach to pick up and even for Now's to be in that 3rd and short. Outstanding block by Zacchaeus.
Also notice their linebacker did not pursue the play once Leach went around him. He just slowed up and stopped. So there we go. So once again, you got now both sets go to the left side. So again, it's power set to the left. There's motion. We've got just looks like a football play here. There's a give to Leach up the middle, and he cuts it up the middle for a first down. That actually Hess was under center on that one and one back Leach, but they had both halfbacks on the left side with an offset line as well. So didn't have any wide receivers for about the first time we've seen that all year.
And don't you just feel it, Joe? You know from coaching and being on sports, this is where you have a team on the ropes. You need to get a touchdown here.
Absolutely. Once again, it's a power set. One receiver left. They got both Torres and Rumfield to the right side. There's the fake, give up the middle, look for a little trap up the middle, and Leach takes the ball for another 4-yard gain. So they're just playing some little power football with the quarterback under the center.
This is where you really demoralize a team when you're lining up these formations and movement. Port Arthur Memorial doesn't know how to adjust to this.
No, they've not seen these. Once again, same play, just power it to the left side. Leach swings outside. They've got him by jersey, but not before he gets down. Let's see, they're going to give him the 5. Whoop, there's a flag there. Let's see what happens. Flag came in late. He had a hold of Leach's jersey and tried to pull him back. He's down to about the 6-yard line. Let's see what the official's going to call on this play.
The young man for Port Arthur's helmet came off, and he still kept going on in the play.
Yeah, that could be the call. If he kept playing with his helmet off, that could be the call on this one. Their coach trying to get the signal. We'll hear it from the referee here in just a second. Here he comes. Maybe.
Sportsmanlike. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
All right, so it'll be half the distance to the goal there. So it'll bring it to, looks like maybe the 3-yard line from up here. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 3. give this time to Franklin. He's headed outside, but he's met and driven back. These guys play well on the outside. I'll just tell you, that's Devontae Hopkins out there. He's made several good plays. He's 5'7", 190-pound sophomore. We'll see him again possibly down the line.
It's hard to see the number. Is that Franklin or is
that's
that
Franklin
Jefferson?
Just came in. Yeah, I mean Jefferson. I'm sorry, Jefferson just came in. Yeah, it's big.
That's the guy we bring in, isn't it?
Yeah, but they knocked him back. It's back to the 5-yard line now. So 2nd and 5. Got the power set to the right. Motion. There's the give. Oh, he fakes it. Oh, they're holding him, but they did not call it. Actually, Rumfield was in the back, and they had hold of his jersey, and he turns around and complains to the back judge, but he gets no call on that. And his jersey was untucked as he got free, and just a little pattern over the middle there on that fake of the run on that power set, but no call on the play by the back judge. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 now. We need a 6 right here. 3rd down and go.
If I was the other team and I saw Rumfield, I'd just tell my team to grab him and tackle him too.
Same set. Have 2 receivers to the right. Have an eye back. Hess under center. There's a fake to the right side, wide open, and they're going to take it down. That's Torres. He has it. They spotted at the half-yard line. So it's 4th down and 1/2.
Excellent.
I mean, it's not even a half. The ball is basically, the nose of the ball is on the goal line. So it's 4th down on and less than a yard on the goal line. 8:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. 16-7 Temple. 19 seconds on the play clock, so got a lot of time. They've got Torres in. They've got Rumfield in. They have Leach in. Quarterback's deep. They tried the Wildcat, and 28 just flew in there from his linebacker position. That's Jacorin Barnes. I don't know, guys. Dadgummit, I just don't know if you run that play, a Wildcat right there at the half-yard line and wind up with a deep snap.
Let's see.
There's something.
Illegal formation, offense, decline. 1st and 10, Port Arthur.
That's tough.
That's tough. You got the quarterback under center handling the ball. You're picking up 2 or 3 yards every play up the middle. I just, go with that Wildcat where he's 5 yards back. They just brought somebody in a gap, and we missed him. And as a result, it's about a 4-yard loss. So
when it works, you're a hero. When it doesn't, you're a bum.
Yeah.
But you do say that's not something we normally do.
No.
And you're on the 18-inch yard line.
Well, it
18 inches from
it was about 6-inch yard line. So they didn't get it out to about the 2. So he only lost a yard on it. So it was 1st and 10 though. Now with they're in their own end zone though. So there's the give to Martin up the middle. Oh, he may not have gotten out of the end zone. He did not. It's a safety. We've got a call on this side. There's another safety for Temple's defense, so they've scored again. To give to Cole Martin, and he did not get back to the goal line. That's that when you're in that set, when you've got that shotgun or pistol, you got about 5 yards to go before you get to the goal line. He didn't make it.
I'm going to tell you guys, I think we may be seeing whatever happens today, one thing is for sure this season, we have seen maybe the best defense in Wildcat history. These guys are out just amazing.
Well, both ends just squashed that one down. Both ends just pushed in, and those defensive linemen right there in the middle, they went nowhere, and they were able to tag in the end zone. I'm not sure who got credit for it.
This may sound strange, Joe, and I know Wildcat fans are going to think, hey, is he drinking something? But this is, I know we didn't get the touchdown, but the safety in that situation almost is a little bit more of an emotional, mental deal because it's so demoralizing for the offense to just get punished that way. And now they have to turn around and kick it back to us, which is where we had the run back for the touchdown in the first half, coming off a safety. So this is the offense for Port Arthur Memorial just is beside themselves.
I saw the back judge he's the one that sets the football. He just said something to Zach Rumfield, and Zach walked up there. He's the guy that missed the call on the holding, and Zach Rumfield went up there and just patted him on the shoulder like, that's okay, you can miss one. So,
well, I hope he said you owe me one.
Yeah.
That's what I hope he said.
Right. That too. So, all right. We got Ruiz in to kick off. He's handling the kicking and the punting now after they lost their punter. So, Lisandro Nunez, they're up at about the 40-yard line. This is one that was carried back earlier, so let's see what we get here, see what he tries to do. Got a pretty good leg on the kickoff, not much of a punter. Kicks it high, the ball's going to come down at about the 35. It's fielded over there by Jefferson once again. He's down the left side. No, it's not Jefferson, that's Franklin. Down the left side. and takes it all the way out. It's going to be good field position, 46-yard line. So Las Vegas Jewelers, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. We're on our end of the field. That sun's doing something weird right now. The sun's come out a little bit. Looks like the overcast is broken, and it's going to be we're going to be looking into it this quarter as far as Hess. Our receivers will be looking away from it, but it's going down right on that. I guess it's on the east side. What is that, southeast?
Back towards Sugarland and Missouri City and all that.
So, you see the shadows throwing that way, such as they are. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 2 receivers on both sides. Going to start out, it looks like this time with Franklin in the backfield. There's motion across to the right. Little slant across the middle, then back out. It's completed. That's completed to number 81. That's Zacchaeus Johnson. So pick up about 9 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 1.
Excellent read by Hess to spot Zacchaeus and go with the pass.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 1 now. Ball on Memorial's end of the field at the 45-yard line. Got power over the right side with Rumfield and H-back on the right. Have 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Franklin still in the ball game. Little quick slant pattern. It's complete. He's wide open.
He's not catching.
See if he's going to catch him. He's not going to catch Hextall. He gives him a chase. It's touchdown Temple. Wow. Came up on him, actually. That's their big halfback. Kerry Vincent came up to see if he could make a play, and Hextall made the catch, and when he did, he was by him. No one was going to catch him, so touchdown Temple. Let's see, any flags? I believe we're okay on that one. So right from the 50-yard line basics, so 50-yard pass from Hess to Hextall for a touchdown Temple, be 24, so that's one of our valet cleaners touchdowns once again by the offense. Great pass, great catch, great run. There's a snap. There's the kick right through the middle, so extra point is good. So that puts the Wildcats up 25-7 with 6:59 to go in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football. We'll be back for the El Chico kickoff in just a moment on K1017 FM.
On Fridays, we march.
Here to support Wildcats is Salon Karen.
Karen Dungan, Redken Certified Hair Colorist and Redken Certified Design and Finisher.
Along with Thumper, London, Colton, Desiree, Tristan, and Sydney.
We specialize in long hair as well as head-to-toe services.
Product lines are Redken, Pureology, Glymed Plus Skincare, and Youngblood Mineral Makeup.
Check us out on Facebook and SalonKaren.com.
Shout out to Fisher, Riley, Natalie, and Sue Ann.
Yay, band!
3rd quarter brought to you by Extreme Cheer and Tumble, home of the Temple Wildcat cheerleaders and national champion cheer teams. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium at the Berry Center, and Jared Wiley's lining up after that extra point. Matt Post an extra point, lining up for an El Chico kickoff, and he's approaching the ball. And there's the kick. Man, that's a strong kick. Didn't get very high, but just shot that thing right out the back of the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 25-yard line. Did we get another offsides on that thing?
He has got a cannon for a leg.
He does.
Just that ball just was like a line drive all the way out of the end zone.
No, it didn't go more than 10 yards high. It just shot out the back. So 6:59 to go in the 3rd quarter, 25-7. Temple up on top. Great looking play on that one. Just caught that ball right in front of the defender, the young man Kerry Vincent, one that's an LSU signee, good-looking athlete, but, man, as soon as he went for that ball and didn't make it, it was over. Hextall simply outran the safety, so it's good to go. Remember, you're listening to here we go. We need a little break. You're listening to KLTD, Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM, so take a little break on that one. Got 3 receivers to the right, run their little sweep. He makes a little bit of room out there, and then he's brought down. That's Ben Norman coming all the way up from his safety slot. So as soon as he saw that back in motion, he just headed up there, Art. Oh, we got a flag over here. Let's see what they're going to call. Flag by the linesman. Illegal procedure. There'll be 5-yard penalty.
Illegal formation.
Oh, formation.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
Okay. I'm never sure when they can take that and when they can't because they didn't stop the play on that one. I know a lot of them, they'll stop the play, so it's automatic, but some of them they let them go and some they don't. So I'm never sure which ones they let go and which ones they don't. But anyhow, it's a 5-yard penalty, so it's back to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st now and 15 for the Titans. Harrison, of course, still in at quarterback. Martin at the halfback to his right. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Temple in the regular four. There's pressure on the quarterback. He gets it off, makes a catch. About a 7 or 8 yard gain on that. Good pass, good catch, good reception that time. That's complete out to Ricky Thomas, 6'2", 185-pound senior, made that catch. Pick up of 8, so got the 5 yards back and about 3 more, so it'll be 2nd down and 7 now for the Memorial Titans. They're going right to left. Harrison still at quarterback, Martin at halfback. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looking for the play in from the sidelines.
Yeah, they're still waiting for the play, aren't they?
Yeah, 6 minutes to go now in the third quarter, 25-7 Temple. There's the snap. We've got an offsides there on Temple on that one unless someone moved. I didn't see the move. Let's see what the call is. It's offsides Temple. So that'll be it looks like it'll be a first down. I imagine they'll take the play on this one.
You know, this is a big test for Port Arthur Memorial. I mean, this is the time of the game with 5 minutes.
Offside. Defense. Decline. Result of the play, 1st and 10.
All right, so 7-yard run that time by the halfback. That's Martin coming out here for a 7-yard gain. Ball's right just past the 35-yard line. Will Memorial's into the field. 36-yard line, we'll call it. 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 36. Harrison, of course, quarterback still. That's Coach's son, by the way. And then Martin is halfback on his left. Looking to pass, looking downfield long. There's pressure on from Stulark. He's trying to chase him. He throws the ball, tries to throw it in bounds, but it goes out of bounds right there at we got a call.
They're going to get Monto President for pushing him kind of a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, he had just stepped out of bounds. The receiver had the ball, was way out of bounds, but President goes ahead and pushes him.
He didn't need to do that.
No, that was one of the few sophomore plays I've seen him make this year, but that's certainly a sophomore play because that was going to be incomplete. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Dead
They'll
ball.
step off.
Personal foul. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Well, President's getting a talk from Coach Stewart there at the 50-yard line. He brought him over, and I saw him give him a pat on the helmet, but I'm sure he was probably saying, hey, I believed in you all season as a sophomore, and you haven't been making those sophomore mistakes. Let's don't start now.
Ball's on our end of the field now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line on Temple's end of the field. First little drive they've had going pretty much all day. 2 or 3 first downs, of course, that by way of by penalty. So 3 receivers to their right, 1 to the left of Harrison. Martin's to his right. So power to the right side motion, this time back to the left. It's 2 and 2 now, so drop straight back. There's pressure on, throws a fly pattern. There's good coverage, just perfect coverage that time. Once again, that's great coverage by Stulark. He's back there right in front of the receiver. It looks like they got the quarterback. He's getting up a little bit slow back there.
Yeah, A.J. Gully got a really good shot on Harrison when he released that ball. You know, part of the game, it was all fair. No, nothing he did wrong. He just got a pop on Harrison. Now Harrison's going to have to come out of the game because they just called a official timeout.
I thought they did too, but I don't see him leaving the game just yet. It'll be second.
Sideline warning. Temple. That's their first.
No, we got the sideline warning, but I don't know if one's coming out or not. I know there was a timeout call to get him up, but I guess the sideline warning took precedent over that, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Harrison's still in the ball game. There's the spot. 5:13 to go in the third quarter, 25-7. Temple on top of Memorial. Looking at the play selection by Harrison. Martin's to his left. They have a slot here close in to the left and 2 receivers to the right. Actually, both slots are close in. Probably see something over the middle. It is. He's looking over the middle, but he's covered, and there's pressure, and they have him, and he's down. Wow, Lamonte Williams kind of greeted him right as he turned around, and then just he and big Robert Jackson just shoved him to the ground.
I think we may have to call that one a coverage sack. The secondary was just all over their receivers, and Harrison, he really did the right thing by not throwing it.
Yeah, they had put 2 slots in tight, had them wide, and they bring them back in tight, so you were looking for something over the middle, and we had it covered. Good scout, good play, good smart defense there by the linebackers and the safeties because they were covered. There wasn't anything he could do. So
I'm not seeing
15.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Harrison make a lot of dumb plays. He seems like he's holding the ball when he should.
All right, there's a snap. Goes straight back. There's pressure. He's going to run it, but he's going nowhere. Oh, he started looking at the pressure that time, and instead of looking downfield, he started feeling it in a hurry. He's getting up awfully slow each time.
I noticed it, Joe. 2 plays ago, A.J. Gully put that shot on him. Yeah. And I don't think he's fully recovered from that. I think, well, we have a timeout?
Do we have a timeout? They're saying to roll it. It's a punting down. It's 4th and we're going to say 17. Ball all the way back on Memorial's end of the field at the 44-yard line. So 4th down and 17. Play clock's down to 10. They may not get this one off. He's starting to saw the play clock, so he took a few quick steps. But that's okay. Let it run, guys. Clock's running down to 3:50. There's the snap. Kicks the ball kind of an end over end straight up. There's fair catch by Xavier Johnson. So it'll be Temple's football.
You know, what we remember, Joe, is, all of these stops back in there in the backfield and quarterback sacks keeps the clock running.
It does.
I mean, we're now, 3:42
to go in the third quarter, 25-7 Temple. They're going to spot the ball at they move it back just so it'd be right on that yard line, didn't they? Yeah, that's good enough. 25-yard line is actually up, about 26?
I think they did that for you, Joe.
I think they did because I can do easier adding if it's 5. I can count by 5s.
The solid white lines you do better with
than
the little marks.
It could be LSU where they number every one of the lines. That's the only stadium in the world I've ever seen that has the 25, the 35, and the 45-yard line, but I don't know what that means. There's a swing pass to Jefferson or Franklin and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's what they threw earlier and incomplete. Looks like Memorial's doing a little talking now, trying to kind of staying in the backfield, talking a little bit to our players. So I'm sure they're getting frustrated this time. 2nd and 10, though. No pickup on the play as the pass was complete to Jefferson, but did not pick up Franklin, but did not pick any yardage up. All right, so here we go. We've got Stack on the right-hand side. Got the H-back on the right as well. There's Rumfield in at the H-back, so he's at the right. Franklin's in at the halfback. He's also at the right. All right, there's the fake, the little quick in, and just didn't look up. Actually, he let that go before he ever made his cut. Xavier Johnson just didn't look up soon enough. The ball, he got a hand on it, but incomplete. We need to get a first on this, and we don't need to go a 3 and out. Our defense has been out there a bunch. So 3rd down now, and 11 to go after that loss of 1 on the completed pass to Jemiah Franklin.
Little timing play there that and Hess, I thought he made I think it was the receiver didn't read it properly.
There's 2 to the right. Another fly pattern. He's open. He's behind him. He's got it up to 35, the 40. He's still up on his feet. Wow, what a great catch there. Just a fly pattern down the left-hand side that time by Zacchaeus Johnson. Brings it in at about the 40-yard line and then stays in bounds long enough to take it all the way to the 20 on Memorial's end of the field. So great 3rd down pass. Good catch by Johnson. And a 1st down. Las Tavica Jewelers 1st down at the 20-yard line.
Man, we're back in the red zone again.
We're in the red
Beautiful
zone
pass.
one more time. Here we go. This time, give the ball. He's going. He's scoring. That's the first time. That time, Jemiah took a step up the middle. No one closed in on him, and then he just put the burners on, went straight up the middle of the field for a score. Jemiah Franklin in from the 20-yard line, so touchdown Temple. So there we got us a valet cleaner touchdown, and we're bringing on Jared Wiley to kick the extra point.
Well, Joe, Port Arthur Memorial, their defense is whooped. They are just walking. Their hands are, they're bent over. They're trying to gasp for air. They're just worn out.
Yeah, that hadn't happened the first half, as we saw on the running as far as our rushing, but they are tired. There's the kick, really high and really down the middle. Wow, that thing hit one of those columns up there. That's a pretty good kick. Could have, if it had hit in that. Now, here we go. We'll just hush about that. 32-7. That's Temple's lead. We'll be right back with the El Chico kickoff. This is Temple Wildcat football on K1017 FM.
Las Tavica Jewelers, serving Bell County and back in the Temple Wildcats since 1950. Myself, Johnny, and my brother Billy are both graduates of Temple High School and proud of the Wildcats traditions and proud of Las Tavica Jewelers' reputation for honesty, expert service, and competitive prices on quality merchandise. Buying a diamond should not be stressful or confusing. Remember, our diamond prizes can compete with anyone, no matter what they may claim. Las Tavica Jewelers says, yay, cat.
The third quarter brought to you by Extreme Cheer and Tumble with morning open gyms for ages 5 and under on Wednesday and Friday mornings from 10 to 11:30 for only $5. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium where our score now is Temple 32 and Memorial 7. The Wildcats on top, offense coming alive, and actually their defense does look tired at this point in time, especially on the ground, because that's one of the first long plays we've had on the ground, but Franklin just stepped up in that hole, and there was no one there. Jemiah just took it straight down in the middle. No one even pursued him, actually, Art. So
I don't think he was touched.
No.
I don't think he was touched.
El Chico kickoff. Well, he wobbles this one. Takes a crazy bounce down at about the 11. It's fielded there. Have some Wildcats on him, but he gets past them out to the 30-yard line, it looks like. So pretty good little return that time by Ken Gordon. Gordon's actually a senior running back, 5'8", 140. Brings the ball all the way back out. Let's see. They're going to spot it at 29, it looks like. So 1st and 10 for Memorial at the 29. 3:08 to go in the third quarter. Temple up 32-7 now. This ball game started 7-0, so there's 32 unanswered points there on Temple's side. Somebody just handed me a receipt from Las Tavica Fine Jewelers and bought something for $12.99 there. I didn't know you could go to Las Tavica's and buy something for $12.99.
It must have been a watch repair.
Oh, it must have been. So,
was
that yours? Okay, never mind. It was Allen's, so he never gonna buy anything worth much. All right, pass out to the right sideline on the first play. Pick up of only about 3 on that one.
Of course, if there's any jewelry you're buying anywhere in Central
it's
Texas, it's going to be at Las Tavica,
That's
man.
True.
That's
and they may have something for sale for $12. I just don't know.
Well, whatever they have, it's quality.
That's right.
There's nothing but quality at that place.
Go over there and let them put your battery in your watch, Alan. He's probably looking for something free, and they didn't give it to him, but that's all right.
I do everything there with jewelry-wise.
There you go. All right, 2nd and 8. Oh, let's see what stopped. I have no idea what just happened.
Well, the umpire came up trying to wave it down, and he didn't blow his whistle.
Yeah, he came up signaling it, but they snapped the ball, and then he just kind of.
There's no penalty on the play. 2nd down.
There wasn't any play on the play. I don't know what the guy was doing. They snapped the ball, and our guys came in, and then everybody just stood there. Luckily, nobody took a cheap shot or anything. So 2nd down and 8 for the Titans. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Harrison in at quarterback, Martin to his right. So this is just their normal set. This is that spread set. He's in the shotgun, of course. There's a give to Martin up the middle. Has a little seam there and drives them back. Those guys are pushing a little bit. That offense has rested some. They may have some different players in there, come to think of it. We hadn't looked at their line set up there. In fact, I think they do. They may have a whole different one. There's Isaac Reynoso. He's the center. Herman McElroy. It looks like he's still in there. Brian.
Well, all I know is our guys are in there and all over whoever they put in.
Yeah. They still got their starters in. I was just checking to see, but they have their starters in there. So 3rd down and 3 for the Titans. See if we can do a 3 and out here one more time. 1:43 to go in the third quarter. There's a snap to Harrison to give to Martin up the middle again, and he does not get the 1st down. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain. So it's going to be 4th down. For the Titans, still about 2 or 3 yards to go. Let's see if Coach Harrison just goes ahead and goes for this.
Well, I mean, they're 25 points down, but this is a team that has scored 25 points, and I mean, you can snap a finger 3 times, and it can happen just like that. So before anybody gets too excited and thinking the game is over, the difference here, though, Joe, is that Port Arthur Memorial has not been in this situation before. No, and the way they look on the field, you can see that they just seem warped.
All right, 2 receivers on both sides. This is a big 4th down here. Quick pass out to the left. It's complete, but he's down immediately. Make that quick pass. Let's see. They can call it incomplete. No, it's a completed pass, but he actually loses a yard on the play.
Turnover on downs.
Tavion Hall nailed their wide receiver as soon as he caught the ball. So it's 1st and 10. Las Tavica Jewelers. Speaking of Las Tavica Jewelers, 1st and 10 that ball's now at the 34-yard line on Memorial's end of the field. So Temple's already within 34 yards of striking distance once again. 52 seconds to go in the quarter.
It's not so much that there's not time left in the game for Port Arthur to do something. It's the issue of how they're showing up on the field. I mean, they really look like they've conceded the game, and and our Cats seem to just be getting more and more fired up.
All right, knocks in. Oh, there's a fumble. Picked up, tries to get around the right side, throws it. Let's see, is there anybody downfield? I don't know if that was supposed to be a pass, but Hess fumbled the ball, actually kind of as he made the handoff, a fake handoff to Leach. It got loose from him, picked it back up, man. It's quick enough to think about throwing out here. Luckily, there wasn't a defender.
Now, that was a shortstop play.
That was.
Reed right there. That was a quick.
That was like a little flip to second instead of going to first instead of second or something. So
saved
2 receivers to the right. Rumfield's in. There's the give to Leach up the middle. Kind of pushes his way, maybe for a yard. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9. We're just running the clock out here, down to 38 seconds. That'll be the last play of this quarter if they let it run down, because play clocks hadn't been set yet at 40. Actually, that thing's supposed to be running, and the regular clock's down to 26. So I imagine they're going to let this run out. Coaches are noticing the clock. So I think we can go ahead and take a break here. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Into the 3rd quarter, the score, Temple 32, the Memorial Titans 7. We'll be right back with more Temple Wildcat football in the 4th quarter. You're listening to Temple Wildcat football on K1017 FM.
The next time you need emergency care, remember Express ER at 31st and Central in Temple. Our average wait is less than 10 minutes, and experienced doctors and nurses will take the time to speak with you, listen, and determine treatment. We offer all the state-of-the-art technology of a hospital-based ER, x-rays, CT scans, labs, and we're owned by local physicians who take pride offering our neighborhood the most compassionate, efficient emergency care. Visit us at 31st and Central.
The 4th quarter is brought to you by Chris Lockett, your local RE/MAX agent who believes everyone should have an opportunity at home ownership. ChrisLockettProperties.com.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium in Cypress Fairbanks in the beautiful Richard Berry Center. Just got an update. Undefeated UMHB just won another playoff game against Linfield College, 27-10 in round 2 of the playoffs, and we welcome Crew fans to our Temple broadcast. Right now it's Temple 32 and the Port Arthur Memorial Titans 7. Guys, this game didn't start out this way. It sat there at 9-7 for a good while, and then all of a sudden you could see that switch, not so much in scoring, but just the fact that their kids couldn't do what they were normally ready to do.
Yes.
And they got discouraged. So 3rd and 10 now for Hess. There's the fake up the middle, looking downfield, throw wide out there, just overthrows. Actually, if he had brought that down a little bit, the defender was behind our receiver and just couldn't quite make that play. Hess knocked down again. He's been knocked down several times.
He took a very hard hit there.
Are they going to go for it here or go ahead and punt? It looks like they'll go ahead and punt, which makes sense. Not sure. 3rd down and 10 on that. It'll be 4th and 10 now. The ball's resting on the 34-yard line, so we've got Wiley in to kick. Let's see what he does with this, see if he can place this thing. No rush whatsoever. Kicks it real high. Good coverage. Let's see if it'll bounce the right way. Bounces straight up. Oh, let's see. Same thing happened again. Had a guy in the end zone and batted it out, but he had already stepped in the end zone, so the ball will come out to the 20-yard line or 25 on the touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Port Arthur at the 20-yard line. 11:44 to go in the football game, 32-7. Defense is out and ready to go. Port Arthur's in a huddle on the far sideline. Guys, the Port Arthur wound up bringing a lot of folks over there. They're spread out, but there's some good number of folks from Port Arthur. I was talking to a guy. It's about a 90-minute drive from there. I didn't realize they were that much closer than we were.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe said he came from. Yeah, I think that's what I may be wrong on that. But in any case, he said he drove about 90 minutes. But and then they.
It's going to
they
feel
a
a lot
little closer than we do.
It might feel
it's
a little
long
longer
ways
going home.
Yeah. All right, they finally get their quarterback in. Play clock's down to actually 8 seconds, so see if we get this one off. Have one receiver to the right. They just got a power set now, so they may be running. Yeah, they give it to Vince and see if he can go around the right side. He tries to make it around, knocked out of bounds up there, and he's greeted by number 2 over there, which is always not the guy you want to run into. Ashton Logan kind of pops him out of bounds. Didn't ever turn that upfield. Vincent just didn't get that one going anywhere.
I think the coaches did a really good job of preparing our team, being here today, not just, with the strategy and approach, but, also mentally that the Port Arthur Memorial, the Titans, they have a reputation for trying to intimidate and get in your head. And I think our team, just being the coaches, were showing them film and really letting them know who they were going to be playing.
Power set to the left side. They have all their receivers over on the left, and the give there. It cuts it back to the right. That's Martin once again, the little halfback. Picks up back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Titans at the 20-yard line. Pick up of 3 there by Martin. But no break in that line, that defensive line. They are standing pretty tough. Once again, Harrison at the quarterback spot. They're bringing everyone in. Looks like they're just going to try to run the ball here. 11-14 to go. They might chunk
They're not
one.
even in any kind of rush.
No, they're not. I think you're right a while ago when they said when you're down 32-7 to this defense, it just may be it. So see what he tries to do. Got just a power set. Both of their flankers are in on the right-hand side, and we've got a timeout. So first timeout
used. Port Arthur. That's their first charge timeout of the half.
10:54 to go in the third quarter. Wildcats 32, Titans 7. We'll be right back. So hang on to that thought, Art. And you're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
Howell Dental Associates with Temple Wildcat, Dr. John Howell, DDS, fullback 1959 and 1960. Your gentle and friendly hometown dentist has been making smiles in Temple for 36 years. General and cosmetic family dentistry, lumineers, dental implants, and orthodontics are available. Your comfort is important, so they offer nitrous oxide and sedation dentistry on South 31st Street in Temple. Phone 254-778-4402 or visit yourtempledentist.com. And go Wildcats!
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Chris Lockett, your local RE/MAX agent, a consistent multi-million-dollar producer in Central Texas. Chris.Lockett@hotmail.com.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Stadium in Cypress, Texas, here at the Berry Center. Third down, 3rd and 10 for the Memorial Titans. Ball resting on the 20-yard line. Now they set up their spread. They have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Harrison looks back, throws a little in slant here, and the ball's dropped. Did he run far enough? No, he did not. Ball's incomplete. Kind of a little comeback pass from that slot man running back over the middle. Caught the ball, but the guy's looking right in his face with Scoot Larkin. And he dropped the football over here on this side, which probably wasn't a bad idea. So to bring up 4th down, 4th and 10, so Titans will be punting once again. Rees in to punt. So 4th and 10, the ball resting on the 20. Let's see, Xavier Johnson back along with, is that going to be Jemiah? We'll see. It could be Terrence. Different ones trade out. I believe it is Terrence Johnson back there. There's the snap. Norman puts a little pressure. Low kick, takes a bounce. Fielded there by Xavier Johnson. Heads back up the middle. Has a little bit of room there. Takes it all the way down to the 40-yard line. So a return of about, we'll give him about 17 yards. Fielded it looked like at about the 43-yard line and brings it all the way back to the 40. So it'll be Las Vegas Jewelers 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Memorial 40-yard line.
You know, Joe, what's happening with both College Station High met yesterday against Port Neches Grove. They're in 5A Division II.
Right.
They played Port Neches Grove is also from Port Arthur's district.
Oh, okay.
And they beat Port Neches Grove. This really speaks a lot about 18-5A, District 18.
A little counter this time. Jefferson coming around the left side. Gets a good block out here by Johnson. Gets the corner turn, but still only picks up about 1. Jefferson's one of those north and south runners. Tried to take that one east and west a little bit and just didn't get the chance to turn upfield. So actually a little bit better than that, better than what I thought. 3-yard gain on that. So 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats at the 42-yard line on Memorial's end of the field. Rumfield's in at the power set on the right. Give right up the middle to Jefferson. He has an opening. He's gone. He is free to go to the 10, the 5. Touchdown Jefferson. That one just opened up the middle just like a while ago for Jemiah Franklin. Nobody touched him on the way to the end zone. So touchdown Temple. There's another valet cleaner touchdown for the Temple Wildcats by way of that time Mr. Jefferson.
And that is just, once again, we sit there and see this defense. They're walking, their hands are on their hips, they're bent over. You almost feel like that maybe they would just soon to turn on the continuous clock and they just can't wait to go home. I mean, this is Joe. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, they've.
I'm gonna call.
I'm sorry. I'm just watching the extra point.
I'm just gonna call it what it is. I mean, that when you see a team that just has been beat and punished and they're just quitting. That's
offside. Defense decline. The try is good.
Yeah, I was trying to see what the flag was. I'm sorry. I was trying to listen, but I saw the flag, but it's offsides. The kick was good. So Matt Poston, State Farm, one more time makes a good by way of Jared Wiley. So the score now, Temple 39 and Memorial 7, 10:20 to go in the fourth quarter. So Temple will be kicking off one more time. We'll be back. Better just stay here on this one, I think. Is that all right, Darren? We good to go? All right.
Yeah,
we're going to stay put because he's come up pretty fast, kind of hit this a little bit because it's not out of hand. It's just we've got one team that's still ready to play and the other, they've never been here before. And this is their first playoff trip down the line? Did you say that earlier?
Yeah, the last two seasons they were at 3-7. These boys that are playing, have not. Now in 2011, they went all the way to the state semifinals.
Yeah, these guys weren't anywhere around. Well, they watched maybe, but they weren't around as far as playing. So,
and these are good boys. And Coach Harrison's got a heck of a program. They've had a heck of a season. But the difference here is, and Lennon talked about this in our pregame playoff show. The Cats have been in so many close games, fourth quarter experience. And a close game, it's a different ball game when you're in that situation.
El Chico kickoff, that thing's going to go in the end zone again. It's fielded and knocked out of bounds, so it'll be a touchback. So bring it out to the 25-yard line where Memorial will take off over at the 25-yard line. 10:50 or 10:20 to go in the fourth and last quarter, 39-7 now by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Joe, what I was mentioning was that really one of the closer games for Port Arthur was against Port Neches Grove. Am I saying that right? Yeah, Port Neches Grove, and Port Neches Grove played College Station High yesterday and lost 52-28 to College Station. So they lost to our district 18-5A.
Now, Vider beat this bunch, I think.
They did.
Did they go anywhere, or was Vider in the playoffs?
No,
or
they're out. They're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, got three receivers to the right, one to the left for Harrison. There's the snap fake. Harrison's going to take it up the middle. Oh, actually, it's a different quarterback. They've taken Harris out of the ball game. This guy's got a little energy and a little bit of speed. Picks up a first down. Let's see who that is. They've got a new quarterback in. Took coach's kid out. That's Jacob Washington. He's a sophomore quarterback. This is probably who will be down the line. So Washington's in there. Jacob Washington is a sophomore, number 13. No height or weight listed on him, but looks just as tall as the other kid, doesn't he? He looks like he's probably 6'2" or 6'3".
Looks like a clone.
It does. It looks just like the same player. So there's a give to Martin around the right side this time. Martin's still putting it out, so picks up maybe a couple on the play. A little halfback runs hard every play. I haven't seen him dog anything tonight, so congratulations to him. I'd like to watch that. So that's Kobe Martin, 5'3", 165-pound junior, takes it over the right side. Pickup of only, we'll give him about one on that, a little over one. So it'll be 2nd and 9 now for Memorial. They're out at their own 37-yard line. 9:23.
I can assure you this score is catching some attention around the state.
There's a snap. Once again, the quarterback, just a quarterback run, dances around a little bit. He's met by a few folks, though. They didn't indoctrinate that sophomore. That first run, they weren't expecting anything, but that time they were ready for him. Picked up maybe one, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Memorial Titans. Once again, that's Jacob Washington, sophomore, may be the heir apparent to Harrison, the coach's son, who's a senior, 6'3", 185-pounder that's headed, and you say Louisiana Lafayette, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. 3 receivers to the left. Let's see. He's still just running the ball. Thought he might try to throw, and he goes nowhere. Actually, we've got some extra guys in there playing a little bit, too.
Yeah, T.J. Franklin is checked in on the defensive line for
and
the
that's
Cats.
the Ashton Marita that time is there on the left side. Yeah, Marita on that one.
Antoine Holiday is now in also for the Cats. So
secondary's on. Well, it looks like Ashton Logan's still in, but
here,
I don't
Keon
see.
Johnson is checking into the game.
Number 91, Philip
Number
Haskins.
49, Torres. Hunter Torres
on
is
some defense. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
91, Philip Haskins.
Okay. 91 Haskins, and Haskins actually had surgery.
Timeout. Port Arthur.
All right.
That's their second charge timeout of the half.
All right, we'll take a quick break on this in just one. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM. We'll be right back.
Mike Dent wanted a restaurant and sports bar that he would enjoy. So he built Wings Pizza and Things in Temple. And so many Central Texans are enjoying a smoke-free family environment committed to serving fresh, made-to-order food, including 14 flavors of wings, New York-style pizza. Come watch every sporting event on the 48 flat screens, and the kids will enjoy the new Buzz Time gaming tablets. Wings Pizza and Things is successful because of the food, atmosphere, here. Customers and the staff. Bring the office, team, family. Call in or take out. Wings, Pizza, and Things. Southwest Dodger Loop in Temple.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Chris Lockett, your local RE/MAX agent, a dedicated real estate agent you can trust. Call Chris at 254-760-7276.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium. I'm with Art Coley and Alan Rourke. 8:09 to go in the football game, and Titans will be kicking. Kicked there by Ruiz, who's actually their kickoff man. Their punter's out at this time. Ball hits at the 41-yard line. Looks like it's going to be blown dead right at the 41-yard line. So not too good a kick that time. 13-9. I guess we'll give him a 22-yard punt on that one. So Temple will be taking over. Let's see if they move anybody around on offense here. Art, they put some new defensive guys in. Let's see if they give our starters on offense a little bit of rest, at least quarterback. I don't see if Jared's out there yet or not. We'll find out in just a second.
Well, of course, now you start to think a little bit. Jared is coming out at the quarterback because you start to think about next week not wanting to get anybody injured. Looks like a
whole different group of kids out there right now. So do have Rumfield at tight end. I'm not sure who the receiver is on this time. On this end, we'll try to get those numbers. Sure want to get these kids' names in as far as backs and so forth. But Jared is in. Looks like Torres is in at the H-back. There's the give right up the middle this time. That's a Zion Leach. Got 3 running backs that play pretty regular, so all 3 of them, I guess, are backup running backs, whichever way you want to call it. Usually Franklin's the starter, but 7:45 to go, 39-7, Temple on top.
That's a heck of a trio to have Leach, Jefferson, and Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
As your 3 backs.
Well, and you've got Rumfield and Torres over here on this left-hand side, so your Rumfield's in at the tight end and Torres is in
Keon
at the
Johnson
H-back.
is in at wide receiver.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Zacchaeus Johnson, still he's in here.
That's good to see. Keon is a 6'1", 180-pound sophomore, so give him a little try here. There's a counter this time to Leach and takes it up the middle. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see. No, he doesn't pick up anything on that, and so it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Mainly just running the clock down on this one because they're using every bit of the play clock that they can. Play clock's at 28. 7 minutes to go in this ball game. And let's see. I'm not sure they even have their key guys out there as far as Memorial. They may have some of their second-round kids or their second-team kiddos in there as well. So here we go.
Well, at this point, they're thinking about getting seniors in because this is
some of the ones hadn't played a lot. Jared, he's looking to pass, actually scrambles to the left. Oh, they're all over him, so loses all the way back to the 30-yard line. So that's a 13-yard loss. Just as soon as he looked, they started coming in from the left side, and as a result, he's thrown for a loss. So it's going to bring up a 4th down. Of course, Jared's already in there, so he's at a good spot. Clock down to 6:17, so they run off a minute or so off of this clock with just that 3 and out.
Well, it's a little thing, but Jared, he made the right decision. Just go down.
Yeah, there's no sense in trying to throw it or
force anything.
So 4th down, and then they'll make it about 21 yards after that loss. Wiley back to kick. Trying to get Coach off the sideline before he gets called over here. The kids are. He's had one sideline warning, I think, on both sides, so you can hear a band in the background. They're still having lots of fun down here. It'll be a fun trip home for those guys. You stop at Buc-ee's in Waller. I guess that's a plug for Buc-ee's, wasn't it?
Are they a sponsor?
They are now. There's the kick by Wiley. He kicks that thing mile high. It's going to hit at the 20, take a Temple bounce to the 11-yard line. That was a college kick right there. Great kick by Wiley.
That was that's the best punt of the year.
That thing went from the 20 to the 20 to the what?
We're up in the press box, and when you have to raise your head to look at the punt, that the hang time on that was probably NFL hang time.
Yeah, that ball went from the 20-yard line, so you got 30 on that end, and then it's down at the 10 down here. Outstanding kick.
Joe, do I have your permission to talk a little bit about next week with 5 minutes left?
Yeah, you can throw a little bit out there as we call this puppy.
Alan, what do we have on the Cedar Park Manvel score?
It looks to me like Manvel's probably going to win that one, my man. They're up 40. Well, I guess I can't say that. It's halftime, and they're up 40-21.
At half.
At half.
It's halftime in the Cedar Park Manvel game. Of course, the reason I'm asking that is because that's the winner of this game plays the winner of that game.
All right, there's the give to Martin up the middle. Once again, they've got the sophomore quarterback in at this time. That's Jacob Washington gives the ball, and Martin just can't go anywhere. Actually loses about 3 on the play, so 2nd and 13.
Of course, our fans know where Cedar Park is. That's just right down there north of Austin. Manvel, if anybody's wondering, that's coming out of Houston 288 South. You're talking about Alvin,
Texas,
Texas, and south of
you know who's from Alvin, don't you?
Let's see. Is he a pitcher?
He could be.
Could be.
He owns a cattle company now.
And makes hot dogs, too, I think.
That's right.
2nd down and 12. There's just a sprint, just a quarterback keeper around the right side by the sophomore, and he's going to lose another 2 or 3 yards. So got away with the first play, but the defense is all over him on this one. Again, it's guys in there that usually aren't going to be starting. That and the first one on that tackle was DeAshton Merida. DeAshton's played some. I mean, he's one of the key backups on this, so he was right on top of him.
The only starting defensive player I see in there, I think Franklin may still be in at this point. And or no, I don't even think Franklin. No, we have no starting defensive players in. This is our second crew.
Yeah, there's Watson. I see he's in there. Let's see. Here we go. 3rd down and a bunch. 3rd down and 13. There's a quick pass out here. It's complete. That's the first pass the young man's thrown, but only makes it back to the 5-yard line, which is actually the original line of scrimmage. So a quick throw out there to Ricky Thomas, who's one of their starters, 6'2", 185 senior for the Titans, and he picks up nothing. So it's going to be 4th down, and it's still 15 yards to go. So they're going to bring the punting team in. Once again, Ruiz the punter.
Coach Harrison in Port Arthur Memorial this game might be a little wake-up call to them to say, hey, look,
there's a different level.
You can drop down from 6A to 5A, and that's going to make a difference in some of your games. But if you're wanting to compete for state championships, it just showing up and doing some intimidating and a couple chants and this and that, it's going to take more than that.
There's a snap. Ruiz kicks end over end, hits at the 32, and they're just going to leave it alone. Xavier's coming off the sideline. A little bit of a cut block there. He didn't get it called. Probably should have been. Field judge is talking to him, but one of the defenders cut him on that one. Usually you don't do that on those punts. That was Wallery Watson. Got hit low on that one, but no flag on the play, so it'll be Temple's football. One more time, 3:02 Wildcat fans to go, 39-7, Temple on top.
Coach Harrison with Port Arthur, they're 60-33 under him as a coach, as the head coach there in those 8 seasons. And my guess is that he's going to use this in a way to really get that team saying, hey, guys, if we want to compete and go further, because they've been to semifinal games. He's had some big wins. He's got a heck of a winning percentage. He's winning 60% plus of his games.
Now there's Jared's back in. The give this time around the left-hand side. Let's see who we have in at the back. Tried to outrun him and just can't get around him. Yeah, Overton's in. That's our sophomore. John Overton. He's a sophomore running back. He played a little bit earlier. Had a good run, I think, one of our early games, if I remember.
He did. The coaches just pulled Overton over to the sidelines and just said, Overton,
run up the field.
Yeah, don't go out of bounds again. If you ever want to play another play again. Just a little coaching for him.
Loss of 1 by Overton, plus stop the clock. So 2:55 to go. Give once again to Overton. This time he runs east and west. Actually breaks a little bit. That's a pretty good pickup on that. So pickup of the 10. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. That time just took that one straight up the field instead of trying to get outside, and picks up 10 yards on the play. So 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats. I'm sure we're going to keep running this. 2:36 to go in the football game. We're set, by the way, as far as the set, we're going right to left for you guys listening and watching this by way of radio, but they're running just 2 wide receivers and then the power set inside. So they have the tight end, they have an H-back, and then basically they're just running behind him. Wiley's at quarterback and Overton's to the right of him. So it's just a power set basically. There's a snap. Oh, there was actually procedure. I saw that one for once. So there's a snap on the play.
False start.
Yeah.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd and 6 now instead of 3rd and 1. So flinched right up the middle, either left tackle or left guard on this side. So it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Wildcats. Once again, they have 1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left, just split out. And then the H-backs to the right with the tight end also on the right. And then Overton is also to the right of Wiley at this time. 17 on the play clock. Clock's running, so they're going to let it run down as far as it can. Wiley's just giving a little bit of rest while they're sitting there. Let's see if we can keep from man procedure again. This looks like one of those mannequin things. Down to 4 seconds. All right, here we go. There's the snap. Give to Overton up the middle. Makes it dance a little bit. And hit right there by one of their defensive linemen. That was Braden Williams, his name, 5'9", 230-pound junior, and he meets him as soon as he gets the football and brings him down. But the clock's running. It's 1:32 and counting. They're not going to call any timeouts, of course, even though they have one left, but that wouldn't make much sense, I don't believe. So
guys, we are looking at our Cats here moving into round 4.
Wow.
And there will be 8 teams left.
That's right.
After today, when it's all said and done, those other games finish up, we'll be one of 8 teams left out of 253 5A teams.
And basically, we're playing the number 1 team in the state. I mean, that's just this is it. This is our state game basically this week, this next week with playing Manvel. Temple's going to call a timeout for whatever reason.
Timeout, Temple.
Let's take a quick break.
First charge timeout of the half.
Let's take a 30-second. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM.
Claude Allen Specialized House Leveling, Foundation Repair, and Concrete has serviced the Central Texas area for over 45 years and 5 generations. We specialize in house leveling and foundation repair, but we don't stop there. We also do sidewalks and patios. So if you want the job done right and last years to come, call us today, 254-931-0435, and ask for Claude.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Chris Lockett, your local RE/MAX agent who believes everyone should have an opportunity at home ownership. ChrisLockettProperties.com.
All right, we're back at Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium at the Richard Berry Center here in Cypress, Texas. Our score is Temple 39 and the team from Port Arthur Memorial 7. Temple will be punting. Looks like Torres is going to be in the punt. So we'll give Wiley a little bit of a break here. A left-footed punter here with Torres, always spotting because of those bright orange shoes. Good snap, a good kick, ball off to the right side and going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to spot that thing. Hits it about the 10-yard line out of bounds, but it's going to come back a little ways. There's the spot. They're going to give them to him on the 20-yard line. So 54 seconds to go in the football game, 39-7, Temple on top. And the football belongs to the Memorial Titans at the 20-yard line.
Joe, next week, I still have permission to talk about next week with a minute
sure,
left.
You have
54 seconds.
I have no censorship here.
And of course, I mean, I'm rooting for Cedar Park to win that game because I love to have it right there, on I-35, one way, even if home for home. But if Manvel wins it, of course, we're down in Alvin. We could be right back here at the Berry Center next weekend.
Just spend the week down here. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Oh, there's a high snap, and it's fumbled, and it's Temple's football. Snap was high, and Jacob Washington tried to get on it and could not. Let's see, do we have a flag? I don't believe so.
Well, I just saw one of our defenders kind of go like, "Dang it!" He said, "Can we give it back to him? We wanted a few more plays."
And that's kind of bad when you get in there for the first time and the quarterback fumbles the ball.
That's right, yeah.
It'll be 1st and 10 Temple down at the 21-yard, well, actually 16-yard line. They were on the 20, but 16-yard line. So
you expect a victory formation here with 50 seconds.
Oh, yeah, with 50 seconds, 2 plays on the clock, and this will be over with, and I'm sure that's what we'll line up with. Of course, I'm sure Wiley's never been under center before either, so this may be interesting. Of course, you can take a knee from the shotgun. I've seen him do that before. It just looks a little different. Yeah, he's going under center. See, we have 2 fumbles in a row here, one by theirs and one by ours.
This one is over.
Yeah, so quarterback Wiley's in, just takes a knee. One of the defenders kind of drive one of our linemen back, but no big deal.
Yeah, that was Alec Payne. Alec Payne just kind of patted him on the head a little bit. Just said, it's okay.
Yeah, we got our starting bunch in there because just so that, nothing turns over, something fluke happens. So down to 33 seconds, 24 on the play clock. So we need to snap this one more time once it gets past 25, and we'll be done.
This is a class act and just a phenomenal performance by the Wildcats. The whole city of Temple can be proud. And look.
There it is one more time. Yeah, they got one on there that wants to stir something up, but I don't believe our folks going to mess with him. And that was Braden Williams. He's a junior. He'll be back. He'll get to see us one more time maybe before this is all over. That's it, guys. We're down to 5 seconds now. And as they line up the victory lines at the 50-yard line, it's going to be a game final here with your Temple Wildcats 39 and the Port Arthur Memorial Titans 7. Another victory for the Wildcats. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017 FM. We'll be right back for the post game.
Las Vegas Jewelers, serving Bell County and back in the Temple Wildcats since 1950. Myself, Johnny, my brother Billy are both graduates of Temple High School and proud of the Wildcats traditions and proud of Las Vegas Jewelers' reputation for honesty, expert service, and competitive prices on quality merchandise. Buying a diamond should not be stressful or confusing. Remember, our diamond prizes can compete with anyone, no matter what they may claim. Las Vegas Jewelers says, yay, cat.
Don't show up to the game wearing the wrong colors.
He's wearing red. Get him!
Make your pregame ritual Holloway Sports. Holloway Sports open 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturday is your one destination for all of your game day gear. Hot or cold, rain or shine, Holloway's has got the threads to get you ready for the game. Call 780-1181, visit hollowaysports.com, or stop on in and see them at 8307 West Adams in Temple. Holloway Sports, your game day gear source.
The next time you need emergency care, remember Express ER at 31st and Central in Temple. Our average wait is less than 10 minutes, and experienced doctors and nurses will take the time to speak with you, listen, and determine treatment. We offer all the state-of-the-art technology of a hospital-based ER, x-rays, CT scans, labs, and we're owned by local physicians who take pride offering our neighborhood the most compassionate, efficient emergency care. Visit us at 31st and Central.
The Wildcat Postgame Show, sponsored by Claude Allen House Leveling, Foundation Repair and Concrete, supporting the Wildcats for generations. References available. Call today, 254-931-0435. You're listening to Temple Wildcat Football on K1017.
All right, this is Joe Palmer. I'm back at the Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union Stadium at the Richard E. Berry Center, and I'm with Art Coley and Alan Rourke at the postgame show. And welcome back, guys. Our postgames, of course, always brought to you by Claude Allen House Leveling. Today's final score was Temple Wildcats 39, the Memorial Titans 7. Art, I have a little blank here. It says, what blank game? But I tell you, what a defensive effort until our offense kind of decided, let's do something. And, of course, they've worn them out by that time as far as defensively. And it's kind of hard to wear the offense out, but they frustrated him so much that finally it just kind of ended as far as effort and so forth. So we need to go. You want to head to the scoring or?
Well, I mean, the first thing is I just think it's very appropriate that Claude Allen House Leveling is sponsoring this, because I don't know if he goes to Port Arthur, but Port Arthur Memorial High School may need some help from him because the Wildcats just blew up their whole program today.
We've got, our kids are class kids, and I was just watching something on the field that I want to bring attention to before we roll this thing. But they were playing their school song, and the Memorial's down here talking to their coaches, and I understand that, but they're on a knee. The school song's being played, and they're just over here listening to coaches down at the 50-yard line, looking actually away from their band as their band plays. And our kids are standing there with their helmets off, saluting them as they played their school song, and then now they come over to our school song. So kind of started that little tradition. I don't mind that at all. I think that shows a real touch of class, and now they can go out and talk to coach as far as after the game.
Well, it's sportsmanship, isn't it? I mean, we forget that no matter what it always feels good when your team wins and this and that. But what we're really learning is, through all those UIL activities, whether that's music or theater and football or any of the other 70 different sports that UIL sponsors and makes. By the way, people think about UIL and sports, but
it's everything.
It is everything. And there are more students participating in music through UIL than anything, but it's about sportsmanship. It's about how you conduct yourself, and win or lose, these young men for Temple represent our community exactly how we want to be represented.
Yeah, good-looking group down there. We want to go through our scoring plays here and run this down, this 39-7.
Let's do it.
I'll pick up the first, and then you can grab on there, okay? First, it started out with Kerry Vinson, their signee from LSU, took it 55 yards around the left end for a touchdown for Port Arthur Memorial, and it looked like things might be a little different. The extra point kick was good by Adrian Williams. and so it made it 7-0 at that time by Port Arthur. And then really the tables turned when Temple had them down deep on the defense did, and the punter, when he got the football, just stepped out of bounds on the back white line, and as a result, it was a safety. And, of course, they kick off and kicked it on the kickoff. Nunez kicked it to the 20-yard line, and Jemiah Franklin took it from that point and brought it all the way back 80 yards for a touchdown. And then at that time, Wiley kicked the extra point. So went from 7-0 to 9-7 with 2 plays.
Well, you made a good point earlier, is that the 39 points were all unanswered.
Oh, yeah. It was 7-0.
When you said that earlier, it just hadn't hit me that it was that you back out that one long run and they didn't score anything.
Yeah, and we finally got another score, 1:05 to go in the second quarter, when Leach took the football right up the middle for just a 2-yard punch in for a touchdown. And again, Wiley's extra point kick was good. So that made it 16-7, and that's where we broke at half. And then it all turned loose. That's that third quarter extreme cheer and tumble. They do it every week. I love third quarter.
We do extreme cheering and tumbling on the field.
And third quarter. So run that one down for us.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a 7:52 in the third quarter. Then we get the 2-yard he runs, and we pick up Kobe Martin for Port Arthur, gets caught in the end zone for our second safety.
Yeah, 2 safeties in one ball game. Yeah. Very unusual.
And then we fast forward. It wasn't just about a minute later, with 6:59 to go in the third quarter, that Reed makes the 40-yard touchdown pass to Deontay Hextall for a touchdown. Jared Wiley was good on the kick afterwards. And still in the third quarter, with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go, Jemiah Franklin, 20-yard run, touchdown. Jared Wiley good. I mean, that all that happened. You're right. Yeah. That third quarter was pretty lively. And then you go into the fourth quarter, and Anthony Jefferson makes a 30-yard, and I think his run, he was untouched
as
Franklin, well.
Both those runs right up the middle is like their defense had just shut down.
So the only score in the fourth quarter was Jefferson's 38-yard touchdown run to bring us up to the final score, 39-7, Cats.
It looks like it. We'll look at the stats here.
Look at these, Joe.
It really switched at halftime, because you had some pretty close stats at halftime. Then they just totally flipped around. You want to roll those out as far as the team part? It's pretty amazing.
I mean, the team part here is just, Port Arthur was just basically shut down for the entire game. Their total offense was 143 yards. Temple rolled to add 200-plus yards of offense in the second half to finish with 410 yards. Port Arthur ran 54 plays. Temple ran 60. They averaged only 2.6 yards per play, Joe. Temple was averaging almost 7 yards per play. Passing, how about this? Port Arthur, 53 yards passing. Hess, 328 yards of passing in this game. Port Arthur completed 12 passes on 22 attempts. Temple completed 19 completions on 38 attempts, but the big number there, Joe, and you're looking at it with me.
Yeah.
What's the difference on the average?
Yeah, about 13 yards.
4.4-yard average on passing versus 17.3, 17 yards plus for the Cats. Only thing that really shows up in this game, and the score would have even been worse, we did have 3 interceptions, so that's something just to take a look at, but ended up not really making any difference in the outcome of the game. On the rushing side, pretty even on the rushing yards. Port Arthur at 90 yards, Temple on with 82. Port Arthur ran the ball 32 times, Temple 22. Where are we going down here? Penalties. Port Arthur had 8 penalties for 70 yards. Temple 9 for 65.
And then I'm one of those guys that talks about this was the best officiating crew we've had all year, because I know there's some close calls. There'll always be, but it went both ways. On the calls, and then they backed each other up, which was tremendous. The pass, one of our passes that call complete, it was obvious it wasn't, and the other official came over and made the right call for him. So
you did.
It's always nice when they work together. That's the only thing I ask. Just work together and get it as right as you can.
They had a lot more certainty and decisiveness. This was a referee crew out of San Antonio football
Good
chapter.
job.
There's about maybe 10 to 15 different chapters around the state. The head referee was Gerald Green, and I agree with you, Joe. I mean, not all. I mean, you can look at the penalties. We actually had more penalties, or just more penalties called against